So hang on. Can you see it, me?
Hey guys, how are you? I'm here with Tory. I'm not sure how to get. I don't know how to get myself in there. It says that I'm backstage.
It says you're backstage.
Yeah,
I'll just switch it around. Well, we'll go like this. See,
yeah.
this
Well,
is,
but it's yeah, but I should be able to come on with my phone. I don't know how. I've not.
okay. Does anybody know how Mitch can come on with his phone while we're doing it?
I've just never done it on a phone.
I don't know if anybody's.
It says I'm backstage. Only the host can see me. The host may ask me at any time. Do you have a button to see what's backstage? I don't see anything. You're in StreamYard. This is StreamYard.
This is StreamYard.
Okay. Well, I don't know why my thing. I don't know why.
Now they left. Oh, there's someone. What does it say? Good evening. Hi.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know how on the phone.
I don't know how either.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. So we'll just have to do it.
Okay, fine. Hey guys, how are you?
All right. So now let me put it on you. Here, now say hi. Muted. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? We can't hear you. I got it. Now you can, because I unmuted it. Say yes, you can hear me. We can see you, Tori, but we can't hear you. Okay, but I unmuted it. Yes, yes. Okay, good. We can hear you. Okay, good, 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 good.
Open this in Chrome.
So Mitch is, if anybody knows how to, on a cell phone, how to get Mitch, who's apparently backstage on my StreamYard, is that right?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know what you opened up when you did this. If you just did it in YouTube.
No, StreamYard.
Yeah, okay. I'm on backstage on StreamYard. I just don't know how else. I don't know how you bring me in, but I'm asking. Hello.
Hi. I don't know. I've got the sound. Okay, here's a button for some things. Close. No, that's not it. Let's see if it's these things. Share. Okay, here's the thing that says share. Is that it? Look, it says share.
Yeah, maybe. That might be, that might be a new invite that you're gonna know. Yeah,
Share.
that's to send me a new invite. Why don't you try to send me a new invite?
Where?
Just text it to me. Is there a button for, here, right here?
All right, here we go. Hi guys, we're live. There you go. Hello, hello. How you guys? It has been so hot here. We decided to come over here because it's cooler over the mountain in Hollywood than it is in Burbank. Really hot. 106 degrees. Really super. Hey, Nanya. Okay. So
I am going to try to enter the studio one more time.
okay, I sent you a thing. An invite.
And now it's saying I should open in the StreamYard app and enter studio.
Thank
and
you.
Backstage.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
But you don't see any way to bring me in. Huh?
And the tool, what does that mean? Huh?
What's that? You don't see a way to bring me in. It says I'm backstage. See that? There's your backstage.
backstage?
No, I'm backstage on your stream. Oh well. Okay.
I don't think you can simultaneously stream from two phones. That's what they said.
What's that?
They don't think we can simultaneously stream from two.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fine. Then yeah. Then that was a screw up
So
on
that might be it. But anyway, we
Yeah, that could
apologize
be it.
for taking 15 minutes to get this
Yeah.
to go.
that could be it.
But it's Friday night. It's boiling hot. So
Yeah. Totally boiling hot. Okay. Good. So this is carrying on. So
let's move this. This is
one
nice
of
and
one of the
big.
things.
It's nice.
Okay, we get that out of the way.
Now
So
we can.
one of the things that I think is really amazing to me is that you and I, we never met each other. We sort of, by the time you were really working for the church, I was,
Now you're on the camera.
yeah, I was up at Gold.
You were what?
Well, I was up at Gold, and what you left in 2000, I was up at Gold. And prior to that, you were working for the church, and so we didn't really have an opportunity to meet. Although I knew a lot of the people, we had friends in common, people we knew in common. Not so much friends, but I think what was really amazing is that as public Scientologists who worked for the church, we really soured on Scientology much faster than anybody else. Like being in that context with them,
Right.
very much kind of soured us. Very much the sort of interaction and the attitude and the rudeness and the intensity was like there was never a moment when somebody said, "Okay, I've had enough of this right now. Anybody want to go to the beach?" There's just like there's no moment where you can actually breathe, live your life. Where that
you
was
lived up at Gold?
Yeah, most of the time. I mean, on average, I lived there 5 days a week. I came home on the weekends.
No. Okay.
Sometimes I was there. I think the longest I was ever there was maybe a month or 6 weeks. And then when my marriage fell apart, uh, I didn't have time to find a new house. Because I was working constantly, and I lost all of my in LA support
Right.
because I no longer had family support from anywhere. So, and I moved to Gold. About almost 2 years, I lived there. Like it was horrible. Like to see my kids, I'd take a week off and I'd go rent a house on the beach or something. Hang out with them.
That's good.
It was horrible.
Yeah, that's tricky.
Yeah, yeah. Totally.
Now, let me just check these guys and see if they have any.
See if they have any questions.
Well, yeah, sort of. It's 108 here in Lancaster. Yeah.
Oh my God! It's not, no way. It's 108.
108. Dory, I don't think you can simultaneously. Okay, thank you for letting us know that, Auntie M. That helped.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, so that we didn't know, but I guess you can from desktop.
What's that?
From desktops, you can.
Yeah, from desktop.
Yeah.
I didn't know you couldn't do that from a phone. What I was hoping it was we could do it not both of us on one phone, but both of us on two phones.
Right.
I was hoping, but
Sure, we might be able to.
I
But
didn't really. But you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm just going to go into YouTube Studio and just start a stream, and that'll be that. Weston, you ain't going away. There's you.
Hi, how are you? Good.
How are you?
Introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Griselda.
I'm sorry?
I'm Griselda.
Griselda?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mitch. You live near here? You live near here?
I'm
Oh,
Oh, what have you gone down L. Ron Hubbard Way? Like, what's going on there?
not like, but last week I did.
No, I mean tonight. I'm trying to figure out what tonight what happened.
But I saw the field in the first.
Well, it's good to see you.
yeah, very nice to meet you.
Huh?
Like right, like across the street. I just saw people.
What'd you see?
Let's see our Center.
Yeah.
I wasn't really like thinking.
You were what?
I was gonna like asking some like little interaction about was like should I or should I like ask them like they're so crazy.
You have to talk louder. We can't hear you with the cars and everything.
I was gonna tell her something, but I'm just like, oh. But I was gonna like tell her, but like if you're so free, why can't you just let
Yeah, don't ask me that. Just go by and say hi. You know, that kind of stuff. I promise you, they used to send me out to handle critics, and they would always say stuff like that. Well, you're so free, blah blah blah. You know, and it's just like you just put plexiglass down. You don't hear anything. Whereas someone who goes hi, you're kind of like, well, that's pretty friendly. And I think she's with us. You see what I mean? So then it's sort of like, it, that's my opinion. What do you think, Mitch?
I agree completely.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, totally.
we both were in, and it's they're not going to hear you if you say that kind of thing.
Oh,
It's got to be nice. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
think about it, just manners,
Yeah.
right? We're going to talk about manners tonight because
Yeah,
a lot of them have really bad manners. They're not used to good manners. So if somebody comes by who's like nice, it's like, that's different. You see what I mean? Whereas the thing of, you know, if you're free, why can't you walk out? That's not different.
like
They-
why can't you
Right. I told you that that helped me, but that was a guy who really asked me with true interest. You know, he really wanted an answer to the question. It wasn't like he's using it just to kind of get at them. It's like music, you know, it's like if you play it the right way, it'll get to their heart. But otherwise, no. Just go say hi and see what happens and let us know.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about doing that as a Facebook group.
Give it a shot.
Look at me in front of like a young woman she was going to walk out or like that topic.
I can hardly hear you. I'm just telling you, it's like I can't hear you. I can't.
Like recently I saw a young woman Seaworth member coming out of that little complex there on Catalina. And then one night and like I told her hi and I was like hi. But she didn't have that much attraction with me and I told her it's a beautiful night asking my friend. And then she just kept on walking. But
It happens.
she was young and I mean she was pretty like I'm going like why?
I hear you.
She was young.
I do. I do. I definitely hear you.
It's like why do you your type of ways?
Well, go do something now because I'm talking to him and interviewing him, and then come back and let us know what happened. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Good.
yeah, we're gonna have to do a little more research here, because there's a little button on YouTube that says go live together. But this is so weird. I mean, mine says stream is set for June 4th. This is crazy. Yeah, I don't. I think we have a bunch of body things.
Don't say that.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go live right now, just for the heck of it, and see
All
what
right.
happens. Let's see if it works. There we go. Hey guys, Mitch Whisker. Sorry for all the difficulties. Tory and I did rehearse this at all. We didn't do any research. We just decided it was too hot to stay home. So why don't we just like meet up in front of the blue building and just hang out and have some fun. I'm here with Weston. There he is down there enjoying a nice fall of weather. We're here at the Scientology building. There it is, Wednesday. And there's my dear friend Tori.
My camera.
Behind her camera. Okay, good. So she's live, I'm live. We'll just see what the hell we're up to here. Okay, so but what we were talking about is it's amazing to me how we never crossed paths, and yet being public Scientologists and working for the church, we both soured on them really quickly
I
because of
didn't
all the
sour on them really quickly at all.
What's that?
I didn't sour on them really quickly. I was in it 30 years.
Yeah, but okay. But over time, we soured on them more quickly than your run of the mill public Scientology.
Okay, you speak for you. I'll speak for me. You
I just-
asked me,
That was a question I
Because-
answered. Is that true?
but you said we did.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, that's not true for me.
Okay.
I mean, I was in it 30 years. A lot of people left in 20 years. Like Spanky left in 15 years, or 20 years.
Yeah, let me see. I was up in Gold for almost 30 years, and I pretty much hated the last 15 years of it. I just was like not. I hadn't figured out how to leave.
But see, my working for them was really only, I mean, the OSA stuff at the end was volunteer. So
Right.
where I was getting working and paid was in the 80s, in 85.
Like doing PR stuff.
Yeah, we were supposed to get Dianetics to #1. And we did,
Right.
but then they fired us. And so we
Right.
said, we were making $1,000 a week
Right.
part-time.
And that was run out of this building here.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And it was called RPR, meaning Ron's Public Relations Office.
Right.
And it was about 4 or 5 of us. And we did all the celebrities and interviews with Dianetics. Then we did all the celebrities and interviews with self-analysis, because those were the 2 books in the bookstore that they could buy.
Right.
And then that was it. It wasn't #1. And Sharon Runyon, who was running it, said, okay, we're toast. There's nothing we can do. We have no more books in the bookstore.
You didn't get it to #1.
No, not yet. But
Right.
I said, let me think about it. I'm going to
Yeah.
go home and think about it in that
Right.
same house that I'm in now.
Right.
I went home and I came back and I thought of a 4-part series with different, what Dianetics, how it can help your relationships,
Right.
if you get sick, stuff like that. But they had like catchier titles. My husband helped me figure out the title.
Right.
So, I came in and told her that, and she said, Tori,
Sorry.
she said, Tori, no one is going to do 4 free interviews for anybody.
Right.
And I said, okay, let me try it.
Okay. Oh, I got a couple messages that somebody took them back. Okay, fine. Okay, great. So,
No, not okay. I'm not done.
yeah, okay.
You have to pay attention.
I hear you.
We're talking or we're computer. We're looking at our messages.
Yeah,
But when we're talking, we gotta both pay
Yeah.
attention.
yeah.
And then you can do that and I'll do this.
Okay.
So that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, so she said, nobody's going to do 4 free interviews. I said, let me try. And I called the guy in Tennessee
Mhm.
and I said, look, hi, it's Tori. You've done the interview with us on Dianetics, and this thing is really popular across the United States. And he said, okay, what is that? And I said, it's called a 4-part series on Dianetics. And I gave him all the titles. And he said, I love it. We'll call it L. Ron Hubbard Month. So that opened up everything for every radio station. And this was all radio.
Uh-huh.
So it went to all the different, now we could go back to all the original radio stations and do more, with the 4-part series. And we just kept doing series after series until Dianetics got to be #1.
Mhm.
That's the end of the story. Morning Glory.
Well, you know
But that
what?
was the only time I was working there where I got paid in the
That's
80s.
their loss. That kind of creative spirit. I'm sure they could have used some of that.
Yeah. That's true for a lot of people that left.
What's that?
That's true for a lot of people that left. It must
Yeah.
be weird to be up at gold now, when in the last 10 years, because so many people had left, right?
Well, no. Are you asking me to speculate? No, nobody leaves there anymore. They're too old. They have no place to go.
No, but I'm talking about all the people I know who did leave.
In the last 10 years.
Well, maybe it was 20. I don't.
20. Yeah, well, yeah, sure. A bunch of people. I think they're down to a complement of about 200 crew. I don't know what pros are working up there because all of the professionals left. They either a couple of them got sent to SMP, or they just flat out left because they
And
didn't like
SMP is again.
Scientology Media Productions.
Okay.
One night we should sit in front of that place because that's where David Miscavige's office is. So, like literally, if he opened his office window, he could hear us on the side.
Wow.
Yeah, but they will for sure get us booted off of that.
Yeah.
But we should just do it anyway. Just
Yeah.
have the police come
What
and
the
take.
heck?
It's only a mile. It's only a mile from here. We could practically walk.
Yeah, it's up on Sunset, right?
Yeah, just past Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be the ones to break it in because I've asked the protesters to join me there because I don't want to do it by myself. I think if there's just one of you, you look a little nutty.
Right.
You look like the guy with the sign that like repent, Jesus is coming. You know what I'm saying? But if you show up with like 30, 40 people, it's something,
I
right?
don't know if you need 30, 40. I've
No,
been there many times with.
Yeah, even if you had 5 or 6,
Yeah.
it would be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's for another night, I guess. This is fine. We're here, Big Blue, not being triggered, which is a good thing.
Meaning what? They don't know what that means. Some people don't. Some people do. Triggered is what?
Yeah.
I know it's like we know the word restimulation, right?
Yeah.
That's triggered.
Yeah.
But triggered for the average person is just something that upsets me, right?
Yeah. Triggered is a really good word. We use the word interbulate or restimulate in Scientology.
Right.
Triggered is a better word.
Trigger's a better
Yeah,
word.
way better word. But speaking of words, I had this conversation with Laura the other night very briefly. I asked her if there was one word
I heard that.
from Scientology that you could keep.
And I have the same one.
We all have the same word.
Dev T.
Dev T. We all want to keep the word. For those of you who just tuned in to this anti-Scientology world, Dev T means developed traffic. That's anything that is a hindrance to your forward progress. A traffic jam is Dev T. Can I just, I have to, I need to send a message real quick to my mod and just let her know to forget the stream that I posted.
Okay, I'll look through mine while you're doing that. Okay, this is unfiltered based on
I
first.
just started a live on YouTube. I forget the live that I posted. Okay, good. Sorry about that, folks.
Listen, you're a bit of a mansplainer. I should be a good influence on you.
Oh, no, I don't.
He doesn't want to be. Yeah, you are a bit. But that's all right. It's like I said, Mitch is very new out. So I want people to understand that. I mean, it takes a while to strip off this shit. I mean,
I can stand up for myself, Tory.
I know, but I'm just saying from my viewpoint.
I know. Was that a critical remark that Mitch is a mansplaining?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying to me, it's like, you're explaining your experience.
Yeah, sorry guys, I wasn't. Mansplaining is from it's the attitude of now, dearie, you're not smart enough to get this. Let me explain it to you. So, let me just say, I think all of you are smart enough.
No, I don't think you're mansplaining.
Yeah, I'm not mansplaining.
No,
that was
he's not mansplaining, but he's
mansplaining. In order to mansplain, you're a little condescending. You're assuming the person doesn't know something like,
right.
Oh, you need to change the tire? Move over, sweetie. I'll show you how to change the tire. That's mansplaining. No, I was actually explaining, which is an entirely different. I was explaining that who left gold, right? And so Miscavige left in 2013. He's never been back. I was the last person to leave. I don't think anybody's left since then.
Yeah, I don't. I think you're right on that. There's nowhere they're gonna go.
Yeah, and the rest of them, they got no place to go.
They
There's a
got no
bunch of
place.
people that are my age or older, 50, 100. They're all being exploited in one way or another, and nobody is really standing up for that.
I told you I brought that up to Kate Connolly. Do you know who she is?
I do. I knew her son, Harry. I worked with him around him for years. Not the show, because I'm taking the tour. Sorry, Kate. But yeah, you mentioned it to Kate Connolly. What did she say?
She said, I saw, and if I told you this, let me know. But maybe these guys don't know it. But anyway, I was at AO right down the street on course. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. 100%.
Okay.
No,
So I
I
was
heard
at,
everything you said. I was
okay.
just looking at. I do need to keep up with. I don't have anybody modding, so I'm just getting the most delicious, nasty comments. I'm
You
just
are?
enjoying them. They're like dessert.
You're getting nasty.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why? From who?
Some.
On my thing or yours?
Yeah, we need to get a little closer because I can't hear you. And
Is it on mine or yours?
no, mine. We have ours are separate. They're entirely different. I have a wonderful one here. Well, that one says my stream is freezing. Nothing I can do about that. Okay, whatever. I'll try to catch it when it shows up. Okay, good. Let's carry on. Okay, good. You were saying?
What was I saying?
Um, you were talking about, you mentioned to Kate Conley.
I was at AO.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah.
And my supervisor was Sally Esterman's husband, Mitch. The only other Mitch I know. And he would get on a bike. Everybody would go at lunch to the canteen.
Mhm.
And he would get on a bike and go down this street every day. And I finally said, Mitch, where are you going at lunch? And he said, okay, nobody knows this. Don't tell anybody, but Sally's dying. She's in a nursing home down the street. And I knew her from, she was like the back side of Yvonne at Celebrity Center. She did a lot of work. And so I went to see her and she was a mess. And she was crying and she said, I don't know how to drop my body. I don't know what to do. And nobody will come see me. And, it was just a big mess. And so I said, okay, first of all, this is from my viewpoint. For someone like her who's worked 20, 30 years, I really felt like she should have a parade, with trumpets and,
Yeah, no kidding.
drums and people thanking her, you know what I mean, and stuff like that.
Right.
So that was number one. Secondly, I said, I know you and I know how many people love you. So every time I mention this story, they're going to go, oh, I wish I could have told her thank you. So I'm just going to tell you right now, thank you for thousands of people that didn't get to say thank you. And she just cried and cried and cried. It was really very amazing. And then I said, okay, now, she kind of cried it out. I said, all right, now let's get a couple things straight. Do you want to come back in the Sea Org next lifetime? Because remember, the Sea Org's a billion-year contract.
Right.
And she said, hell no. And I said, okay, good. So that's that. And what do you actually want to do next lifetime if you're going to come back? And we talked about it. And then she passed away about a week after that.
Oh.
But I went to see Kate Connolly, who's the head of PR here in LA. And I said, if you think, because they were always sending me out to handle the critics. And I said, if you think these critics are bad, these older Sea Org members aging, and this was in the 90s, they're all getting older. They're all going to die. And if you're going to treat them like Sally Esterman, this is going to be a nightmare that you can't even think about. And she said, we have it handled. That's what she told me then. I don't think they do. What would you say?
I think I can only relate it to the older staff I know at Gold. Here, let me turn this around. See if we can keep honest and interview style. Hi guys. Relating this to the staff that I knew at Gold, I think they're a lot better off up there than a lot of Sea Org bases, only because Miscavige doesn't go up there anymore.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so he hasn't been up there since 2013, so they don't have that pressure.
Oh, that's
So all they have to do is their routine.
right.
They have to, the studio makes these, they're like they're like a little watch factory in the Swiss Alps. They make shiny objects for the TV network. That's all they do. They're like this little backwater production company. And then you have all the managers of Scientology, these former like mega stars of Scientology, which Tory and I knew these people, or knew of them, the Greg Will Harris and the Guillaume Leserves and all these people. And they're all just doing these really crappy menial jobs, like they're all sort of trapped. So, but
They don't have the hole up there anymore.
no, they got rid of the hole in, like, I don't know, not long after the Going Clear movie. Miscavige was very worried about an FBI raid, so he got rid of it. And I remember he said to me, I mean, he probably said this to a lot of people, that he was leaving Gold, he was never coming back because too many people there effed him over. If you can believe that.
No, I can't.
It's enough to make you believe in Scientology, right? Because there's a saying in Scientology that the overt dots speak loudest in accusation, meaning what somebody's accusing you of is probably what they committed.
Right.
So he was constantly complaining about being effed over by all the staff. Of course, he locked 150 of them in a trailer and saw to it that they tortured him.
Right.
So I think that, that place is out of the way. They have a good cafeteria. They have good food. They have a decent place to live. I think that's probably one of the better places to be right now if you're going to be committed to the Sea Org. But those people, they're getting old and they don't want them to die on the property. So they shuffle them off to old age.
There's all these people. No, wait, I'm going to switch it so that they can see this. Oh no, wait, see, I had it the other way. That's right. It's all these people in here, that are, I mean, they're getting older.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them warehoused, according to Rosemary Brown. There's a bunch of them warehoused in this building,
Right.
in bunks that are 3-4 high, in rooms
Right.
with no ventilation,
Right.
and they're not getting proper care. And when they get too old that they think they're going to die, they'll move them off to some kind of off-site, for-profit, cheap home, so that if they die, because they don't want the emergency services showing up here,
No.
because they're going to start asking questions. So anyway, it's good that we're here bringing awareness to it.
It's good. What?
That we're here trying to bring some awareness
Yeah, exactly.
to that.
Yeah. And did Miscavige ever talk about death?
Not that I remember. I mean, I do remember him talking, I think before he really started deteriorating. I mean, I noticed him really deteriorating over the years, from the period where he always was in uniform,
Right.
to the period where he was always wearing bespoke Italian clothing.
But that's just him trying to get along with Cruz, don't you think?
No, that's him mirroring Cruz.
Yeah.
It's not because
Yeah.
they're going to get along no matter what.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's him being a mirror, kind of being in that club. So Cruz is becoming more of a mirroring the evil cult leader. So he's becoming an evil cult leader, and Dave's becoming a super celebrity, because that's just kind of how it works. But so my point was,
That's what he's hoping. That isn't really true.
no,
He's
but he
not-
lives like a super celebrity. He has armed security 24/7. He flies on private jets. He's got homes all over the world.
Okay.
He's got throngs of adoring fans.
Does?
Yeah, the 20,000 or so Scientologists. I mean, if that guy, I mean, I used to joke about this about myself. I mean, people could literally watch.
Hello.
Hello. So he could literally drive a bus loaded with orphans, blind orphans, and take them to heroin and drive it off a bridge into the river, and people would applaud. And so that's the guy who's saving the planet. He must have done that for a good reason. I mean, his fans.
These people, I'm curious, these people are public or Sea Org? That you're
The
talking
public, well, everybody, all the Sea Org and the public, they worship this
I
guy.
don't
You
think
have no idea.
I do
tried.
have an idea. I was in it. They
Well,
worship
but you
him.
okay? I only say that because you were challenging me on it. Like, I thought you were challenging me on that fact of how much they worship him.
No, I'm curious, but I don't. me personally as a public and the people I knew, they didn't really worship him.
Oh,
No.
well, you left. You should have stuck around.
Oh.
You would have seen Tory. I'm telling you.
Really?
Yeah, you should have stuck around. You would have seen some world class worship. I mean, I remember being at the opening of Scientology Media Productions, which uh, a lot of people alleged that it was Photoshop. But I'm got to tell you, it was not. Those photos there was like 10,000 people there. It was insane. You couldn't move. It was, but he got up there, and this is one of the cringiest things he ever did that made me want to leave Scientology right that minute. But it went onto the ledger of the reasons why I left. And he said, Scientology is the coolest religion in the world. Like he used those words, coolest. Like, I don't know how the word cool and religion, they don't belong in the same
No, they
thing.
don't. That's really
Right?
weird. It's
Plus,
really,
he used to invite like religious people, like ministers and rabbis, because they wanted to like love bomb them and like, hey, we're a religion too. Could you imagine other religious leaders being in the audience and hearing, we're the coolest religion in the world? It's offensive.
of course.
Yeah. So anyway, but the people, he got a 5 minute standing ovation because it made them all
Yeah,
feel
but that
cool.
doesn't mean they adore him. I'm just telling you. They have to give a 5 minute standing ovation,
Yeah.
or
Okay.
they're going
Fine.
to end up in ethics.
Okay. Fine.
I'm just telling you. There's another side to it than what you saw.
Yeah, but I was there and I observed these people. They weren't standing up because they didn't want to.
Okay.
They were genuinely motivated to stand up because they're in the middle of this beautiful facility that he's just spent $100 million on, and he'd been like throwing hissy fits about, we need to get this place open. What am I going to tell the donors? Like he had to open this place because the donors were going to be really angry. It's like, we gave you all this money. We want to see where our money went. So essentially that opening was him showing them where their money went.
Right.
They were really happy to see it. They're like, whoa, we did this.
Okay.
They really worship him.
Okay.
I mean, I'm telling you.
Okay. I can't stand hearing about that anymore.
Okay.
So we're done with how much people worship him, because I totally disagree.
No,
with
but
it. And
yeah.
you can say you do and you know and you were there, and I'm just saying I was in it and I was around public. You weren't. You
Yeah.
were up at Gold. And I'm just saying the public did not worship him in
Yeah.
general.
Okay. Well,
They act like it because they'll be in ethics and get sec checked if they don't,
yeah.
but they don't really. Not really.
You and I had so much in common until tonight. I don't know what happened.
What happened?
I'm just kidding. No, I'll tell you what, here's an anecdote to kind of make my point. I had a dear friend I got into Scientology when she was
And you're
20.
going to keep making points about Miscavige? No,
Okay. Okay.
we're done.
Okay.
I don't want to keep hearing about
Yeah, I mean,
that's what he wants to hear.
he's not worthy of being worshipped. Don't get
Thank
me
you.
wrong.
Thank you.
Like, if you think I'm saying,
It does. It sounds like you're saying he is, and I'm saying he isn't.
well, that must, yeah, no, he's not worthy. He's gaslit and love bombed all these people into worshiping him.
Right.
Like, it's not a real thing, but I'm telling you to
Okay.
worship.
But you didn't say that.
Yeah, but I didn't think that. I thought that's understood. I mean, this guy is a
You
notorious.
didn't know him at all.
What? Everybody
You're-
knows
you ha-
he's an abusive criminal. Okay?
They
Anyway.
do, but I think it's one of those where we need to emphasize the
Okay.
specifics of
Okay.
it. Because first of all, there's new people all the time
Right.
who come and listen to this.
Okay, so let me tell you to really illustrate this point. Okay. This guy, so I had observed so much abuse of staff at Gold and experienced it myself, not from him, but from his staff, because he the management style in the Sea Org is that people need to fear you. And there's no end to the kind of abuse and
No, I
bullying.
know. I know.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking to
Okay, you're telling the people.
yeah, I'm
I
telling
think they
the
know
people.
that
I'm
too.
not mansplaining this
Yeah.
to you because you already know. I had gotten this person in and she was public all the way, like never worked at the church. And I felt an obligation, and now she's like 50. She got in when she was 22.
Oh.
I felt an obligation to kind of try to get her out because I literally got her in. So she came to work for my former wife. And so now a lot of people are going to know who I'm talking about, who know me. She visited me at my house after I was never going back to Gold. And I said, look, I got to tell you something. I'm never going back to gold because the abuse that I saw and the abuse that I witnessed, first thing out of her mouth was, does COD know? In other words, she was so brainwashed. She thought if he knew, the perpetrator, if he knew what was going on at gold, he'd put a stop to it. Yet he was the one. And I realized I can't tell her, don't say it, Mitch. Don't say he was the one doing it.
No, I hear you.
Because
Yeah.
you'll never get around.
Yeah, it won't happen.
Right. Just kind of change the subject.
Yeah.
Because these people worship him so much. What they see and hear about him, none of it's true. They don't believe in.
Okay. Well, let's look at our chats and see if you have any comments or questions or anything like that. Take a minute. Can't read this very well. My eyes look weird.
What's that?
My eyes look blurry.
Your what?
My eyes.
Do they look blurry?
Yeah.
Not at all.
Okay. Maybe it's my camera that's blurry, but it's
Yeah, it
really...
could be.
Okay, so witness came on. Oh, you have a stream waiting for you on your channel.
Yeah, I need to.
Let's take a minute. You can check it.
Yeah, that's the one that I scheduled with you,
Oh,
and I can't really do anything about it.
okay. Well, that was at 7 when that was posted. So
Yeah,
a while
no,
ago.
it's
So
yeah, I'll just delete that stream. We'll figure out how to deal with that in the future.
okay, in the future.
It would
We'll
be
practice
nice
at home.
What's that?
We'll practice at home.
Yeah, it
When
would.
it's cooler.
Exactly. It would be nice to co-stream and protest and do that. That would be cool.
Sure. I want to go. I like your idea about going to the sound studio. I like that.
To the which?
The sound studio. Whatever you call it.
SMP?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we should definitely go there. I mean, that's where Scientology is run out of that place. That's where Miscavige spends his time, 3 places. Author services at one end of Hollywood Boulevard. Scientology Media Productions at the other end. And what?
Just someone is saying, tell Mitch this about the stream. And one of my moderators said, you don't have to keep telling us. Mitch knows.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah, I know.
sometimes
I can't cancel it now because I'm in the
yeah,
middle
you
of this
can't
live.
cancel it. This is a new thing for us where we just went, we were in Burbank, it was 106 degrees. And we
Yeah.
both said, let's just come over here, do this. It's much cooler over here. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And I thought, which was probably a mistake. I thought, she sent me an invite. I thought we could somehow
Yeah.
stream together, and I
We'll
tried my.
practice it because we both live close
Yeah,
to each
she's
other. So
horizontal and I'm vertical, and the whole thing is crazy.
but we can practice it at home, and then the next time will be better.
Yeah, no
But, and
kidding.
thank you for everybody being kind and patient with us. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
appreciate that. We're just a couple of,
a couple of knuckleheads. I always, okay, let's see. Send a link to Mitch, Sophie, and love it. Okay, witnessed it. Okay, someone,
What do I need?
I don't know. Somebody sent you a link.
Oh, nice, thanks. I have no way to access the internet right
Yeah,
now
he has
because
no
my
way to
camera-
access.
Hello.
Hi. Isn't it amazing? These people, they're so nice.
Yeah, I know.
And the Scientology never comes out and talks to them.
Yeah,
It's amazing. I
I
mean,
know.
it's been amazing for me because I just sit here and talk to people. And usually if I'm by myself, not doing this kind of thing where we're talking,
well,
I ask people like, are you a Scientologist? You know, because some of them look like they might be.
right.
And they go like this, no,
Because they're like, don't you dare accuse.
that is different than the old days.
Yeah,
When I used to protest, I'd say, are you a Scientologist? And they'd say, I'm not, but they have a right to their religion. And then I'd go into it's a
Right.
cult, it's not a religion. And, you know, it'd be this whole long
right,
thing.
right.
But now, thanks to, I think everybody, but also it really turned around with Anonymous and then Mike Rinder and what's her name?
Yeah, Leah Remini
Yeah,
and the
that
Aftermath.
show, the Aftermath show.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Speaking
then
of,
people really got educated
Yeah.
on the abuse of the kids.
yeah, can I interject one thing about
Sure.
the show? I did the numbers on the show. So originally it was on A&E. They have about 40 million subscribers. Then it went on to, I can't remember right now. I don't have it written down, but I added up all the subscribers on all the platforms on which it appeared. And it came out to 250 million households.
250 million?
250 million households are the number of households that potentially could have watched Leah Remini and the Aftermath.
Ah,
Okay, that's
impressive.
250 million. That's not people, because every household has
More than
2.1
that,
people.
yeah.
Of course, many households never met it, never watched it.
Right.
But I can tell you in the 90s, when I flew, you'd sit next to somebody and they'd say, "What do you do?" And I said, "Well, I make films for Scientology." And they'd say, "Oh, that's interesting." And then we'd have a conversation. And then in the 2000s, they'd ask me, and I'd say, "I make films for Scientology."
Right.
They'd push the buzzer and ask the stewardess if they could move their chair, their seat, because it got so bad. The PR, like people, they didn't want to sit next to you.
Yeah.
Like it's such a huge
Yeah, that's a
shit.
big difference. Remember when in England when they took the meters?
When
Were
they
you
what?
around? Were you in Scientology when they took the meters in England? They
Yeah, when they confiscated them at the airport.
I
No,
got
that was like in the that was in the 60s, wasn't
it
it?
was a really long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I actually had that was in a film that I did. We recreated it.
Oh,
We recreated them, confiscating them, and the customs agent
thank
was
you.
played by
Nadia.
Mark Headley. There's a little bit of film trivia. I know.
What?
Huh?
What?
In the film, well, I showed that the meters being confiscated.
Good.
The customs agent was Mark Headley.
Oh,
Yeah, Mark got some interesting roles.
that's fun.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Really well.
Okay, they want to see my blouse, so I'm gonna show it to them. Hang on just a second. This is something.
Are you? Do I need to move?
No, no,
Am I on your
well,
way?
don't. No, no, no.
I've
I'll
got
get
I've
up.
got you locked in.
Hang on. I'll scoot back my chair. And look at my super groovy bra. The color
Now
coded.
you're moving back there,
I know
right?
because so they can see it because I'm trying to.
Yeah. Well, the problem is if you're too far away, we can't hear you.
I know I'm just showing them my top.
Oh.
They just want to
Oh.
see the
Oh.
top.
Oh. Oh. Here, well, I can move my camera back.
Yeah.
So both channels are seeing your top.
Is an important part of fashion.
Right.
Important part of being a critic. There you go.
Right. Right. That's very nice. It's lovely.
Love it took me to get these cool tops downtown to some really cool place she knew. I don't remember the name of it, but it was fun. No, wait, I gotta put this back so we're facing. There we go. Your dog is being so sweet.
Yeah, he really is.
Such a good dog. You're such a good dog. You want some more water? You want some more water? He drank a bunch. You're such a sweetie. You really are. You want to come up here and you can be on TV? Okay. So I showed you my top. Okay.
Yeah.
Here you go.
And I showed you my dog.
And we saw the dog, the creepy building, they're saying.
Okay, I'm going to step out of frame for a moment. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Somebody said you look wonderful.
Oh,
I got my hair done.
you do look wonderful.
I got my hair done for you.
I think you always look wonderful.
Thanks. See, they redid my purple because remember my purple was sort of fading out. So that's from Joe Hernandez. Thank you. If he happens to see this. Okay, so thank you very much for noticing. Hey, in that brown bag, there's a little. Well, can you just bring the brown bag out here?
Well,
Oh, you've got.
here, here. Ooh, strawberry, no sugar.
Thank you. When it's hot like this, you need it.
Brown bag, I don't know what. Oh, you want something from here?
Yeah. Just give it. I don't know if I can get this open. You got to get something for him.
Yeah, I will in a minute. No, you can't have that. Okay, so I didn't figure out how to stream the two phones, but I did remember to bring strawberry lollipops. I mean, ice, what do you call them? What do you call this thing?
I know, but eat it fast. It's melting.
Okay, I got a box
Melting.
of them.
It's so hot. Everything melts. All right. So, okay. So here's someone who loves Dev tea. The last place I worked, my boss was a non-Scientologist, had nothing to do with it, but he was constantly getting Dev tea. And so I explained it, what it was, and he loved it.
Yeah,
And
it's such a
they'd
good
do
word.
it, and I'd go like this, and he'd laugh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, these are really good.
Mm-hmm. I give him some.
Yeah, absolutely. He doesn't like fruits and vegetables. Yeah, so he's like, well, he's looking up.
Oh, it's nice and cold.
I do have to say,
His water's
witnesses
gone.
don't eat that on camera.
His water's gone.
Advice from a friend. Yeah, I know. It's here. I'm going to do this.
Didn't you
Thank
bring
you.
water for us?
Huh?
Didn't you bring water for us, you said?
For us? Yeah, I brought water. Do you need a bottle of water?
No, but he does.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, witness. I had the same thought you did when I saw myself eating on camera. I'm like, I'm not going to do that again. Jessica's infected ankle said, Mitch, you look incredible for your age. I'm going to be 75 in a couple of weeks. So. All thanks to my mother, my Romanian descent mother.
Hey, give me the bowl. I'll put this in it because it's melting. It's melting. There you go.
Oh man, it's really hard to be funny when you're sitting here on the sidewalk, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
Hey, Carlos. Hi. How are you?
I just came by really quick.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hi, sir.
Hey, thanks for coming by.
You can call me Mitch.
Oh, hi, Mitch.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Carlos. Oh, that's your dog?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Dougie. Did you go by?
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, we saw Odo right now.
Huh?
We saw Odo right now.
Oh, good.
He said hi.
Did he say hi?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said hi to me when I left. He waved.
Yeah.
I know he's
I
definitely
told this
melted.
one. I told this one lady in Spanish. I said, "Oh, can I get invited to the party?" And she said, "Yeah, over there."
Over where?
Oh, and she pointed at
Scientology?
the AOLA.
Yeah, AOLA.
Yeah, she.
Like
she
you could
pointed
go
at
in
the-
there.
Yeah.
It was a CR member.
Oh, it's the organ.
Yeah.
Of course. So that's where you can go. But the party's outside, right?
Well,
No, there was nobody else on it.
they have their sign that says freedom.
Freedom?
Yeah.
What freedom?
Now that would be a good thing to
What's
ask.
your dog's name?
Oh, Weston.
Curious, like
Weston.
Weston.
Hi, Weston. Hey,
freedom what? You know, what? How is this freedom? Everybody's locked inside. All the windows are shut.
Yeah, I was like they tell people not to talk to me.
They can't talk to us. You know, that I think you could ask them. I really do. You know, it's kind of like, come on, you got to sign out here freedom. Which part of it is freedom? What definition are you using? You guys are big on looking up words.
Right?
What's the definition that you're using?
People are saying hi to you, Clovis.
Hi, they know me. They know me already because
Reality.
Huh?
And because I heard that they have AR,
Right.
this affinity reality community.
So they say.
Yeah.
And they say, there's Carla. And here's Gazelle. And they say, and they say communication is the universal solvent, but hello,
I think we're gonna do a lap. Sorry.
do a lap.
Hey, great. We'll stop
We're
by
gonna
and see
go-
us on your way back.
And then I will go again. Should we go through our own hover it again?
Do it again. Yeah, do it again.
I don't want to like push no buttons, but I'll go.
mean, it is a
free-
public
it's-
street.
Exactly.
It is.
And as long
They're
as
trying to
you're not-
change it to not be one, but
Yeah.
don't let them.
Okay, so we're gonna go around.
All right.
Okay.
Have a lovely night, guys.
It's
we'll be back.
better.
No, we're gonna.
Okay.
Is it hot where you guys live?
Oh,
Oh, where I am is.
It's cooler here, right?
Yeah, but yesterday, ooh, it was just, I just couldn't take it anymore.
I know, it's too hot. Really, it's dangerously hot.
I was about to rent a hotel last night.
I know, I hear
But then
it.
my friend said, "Why don't you just buy a portable AC? It might even be cheaper."
That's true.
Because I had one, but it broke down. Yeah. Next time.
All right.
Okay, we'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, see you when you're back.
Okay, nice. Nice people.
They're nice people.
I
They
hope
come,
Pop and the Chris comes by. I really need to apologize to him for not being rude.
yeah, Chris. Confident Chris, if you're listening to this, here, say it here.
Yeah, if you're listening, come on down. I'd love to meet you in person.
No, but say what you just said, because that's important. Here.
Hey, hi. You need me to say it again?
Yeah.
This
say-
is a message for Confident Chris. Sorry about if I came off rude to that day, right here when I was doing that shot and asked you to get out of the way. Wasn't my intention. If you come on down, I'd love to meet you.
Good. All right. Yeah, Chris. I know it's really hot, so he's probably. I don't think he's coming out.
Yeah, but listen, if you come down, I have a strawberry popsicle for you. So there's rewards.
there you go. There you go. A strawberry popsicle.
Kaz says he doesn't usually come here at night anymore.
Huh?
He doesn't usually come here at night anymore. Someone mentioned he
Yeah.
usually doesn't come here at night.
I know he used to. Okay, Mitch is confident and well spoken. Some people don't understand that personality.
Oh, so Pete Anderson said it was Solomon that you asked. Confident Chris was just there as well. You
Oh.
don't need to apologize. Yeah, I okay, fine, thank you. Yeah, it's just that the controversy. A lot of people posted. It was on Confident Chris's post that they said, "Oh, he was rude to you," blah blah blah. So whatever. Yeah, I'm not real big on apologies. I'm big on forgiveness, but nonetheless, I'd really like to meet him. Not just because people said I was rude. I wasn't rude. I would just like to meet him. I didn't know who he was, and he seems like an awfully nice kid.
He is.
Like to
He's
meet him,
really
so
nice.
that's-
All right.
Well,
So let me see. Sorry, guys. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I must have shooting in downtown LA. I must have asked thousands of people to please step out for things. That was the first time I got accused of being rude.
Right. Well, he's just mansplaining how he's not mansplaining.
Yeah, there you go. Like, you can't win. I mean, there's some corners of the universe you can't win.
You just have to
Uh,
see. Here's my policy: is just keep saying what you want to say, because you can't please everybody, and you have important things that we need to know. So I want you to tell us.
yeah, thank you. I want to answer one thing. Jessica's infected ankle said, "Did you already post the video you were shooting that day?" The video wasn't for me. The video was being shot for a documentary for
BBC.
yeah. So nothing. I was just helping. They wanted to do a walk around the block and do an interview. And when we got to here, I said, "Hey, there's an angle on the sign. Nobody ever shoots. Let's shoot it." The sun was going down. They were in the way. I said, "Excuse me, could you guys move?" And then all hell broke loose. And then it was on YouTube. It was on X. It was on Instagram. I couldn't believe it. I was all of a sudden just like a pariah. But whatever.
I know that drill.
Like I said, Confident Chris Solomon, I love to meet you guys. Come on down. We'll have a great time.
Sure.
I got strawberry pops. My dog would like to meet you.
There you go. Hey. Now let's see. Tory, you know. Sorry, my eyes are really blurry. Do you hear the good news? Scientology has been ordered to remove the planters.
What's
All
that?
right. No, I haven't heard that.
What?
Scientology's been ordered to remove these.
Oh,
These are 1,000 pounds each. And I've been talking to all the people that go by for weeks and saying, call the city. And because a lot of them don't care, they're younger. But I go, look, if you look at the sidewalk, it's getting worse and worse. And they do. Once they start looking, they notice. And you know, a couple people have tripped and stuff. And
yeah, there they are.
yeah. So, and down at the other end, it's really bad. And Henri is an engineer, and he measured it, and they're bad. He said at the minimum, it's 1,000 pounds.
Well, I have a question. What would be the purpose? They're not decorative, they're hideous.
What's the purpose of what?
Why would they put them here? Is it just to,
So we won't protest. We were all here for the whole
oh,
block.
so everybody was standing here.
Right.
So now you have to stand here.
You can't stand there because you can't block the sidewalk, and this
I
was
got it.
working.
Okay,
And
I
so
got
it was
it.
like,
I
okay,
get it.
we'll put
I
the
get it.
planters there, and then they're screwed. So I said, no, I'm coming. I'll sit between the planters.
Nice.
So there you go.
So I'm sitting right on the sidewalk.
And I'll
I
keep
don't
talking to
care.
the public and getting them to call the city, and apparently something happened. Good.
Somebody's back
I
there.
know that Audit LA has really helped a lot.
Oh, great.
Yeah, she's really helped a lot. Okay, so thank you for letting me know that.
Yeah, somebody asked if I missed the encampment. I did. Um,
Somebody else likes you.
what's that?
Somebody else likes you. They
Oh,
said,
that's
I like
nice.
you too.
That's
I
nice.
like Mitch too.
That's nice.
And people like it. They're saying you're funny. You know, it's like you
Yeah.
have a lot of positive things.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
He told me. I'll tell you. I met him a month ago in
when was your
June.
birthday?
No, it was in June.
Yeah, it was in June when
Yeah.
we had lunch with Spanky.
Yeah, but then it was my birthday party, and you
Yeah,
came.
and then 2 days later I got COVID, and I
That's-
thought I gave it to everybody at the party, but I
No.
didn't. I gave it to nobody.
But that's where he sat me down and he showed me a photograph on his cell phone
Okay.
of David Miscavige's office
Yep.
here in LA
Yeah.
at the, what do you call it?
Scientology Media Production.
Scientology Media Productions, which is SMP.
Yeah, SMP. It used to be the KCET studios.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know the little lingo thing.
Yeah, and the backstory on the photo is Rachel Hastings sent me the photo. There's a gay bar across the
Well,
street
wait,
from
wait.
SMP.
Let me make sure.
And they
So-
were having a drag queen event.
Really?
Yeah, and Rachel, it was a very loud, noisy event, and Rachel sent me a photo of Miscavige's window, and I said, "Hey, look, he like Dave's home. His light was on,
Right.
right?" And yeah, it was just really funny because he's probably in the office because his light's on.
Right.
He was hearing the music
Right.
from the gay thing across the street.
Right.
Right. And so, yeah, I don't know. Why does nobody go down there? I mean, there's so many pertinent questions that they need to be asked. Like, I meant to bring some copies of Freedom Magazine. That's something we could talk
Sure.
about.
Yeah, for
It's,
sure.
it's not talking. The church has this magazine called Freedom Magazine, which it's supposed to be a legitimate, like culturally relevant, how to fix the schools. They did actually a very good piece. They win awards sometimes. They did a very good piece on the drought in California. Like they hire these journalists to write these really decent, some of them are decent articles, and to make themselves look good. Like it's the voice of the Church of Scientology over time, starting with the Truth Rundown when Marty Refn, the Unspeakable one, and Mike Rinder, not the Unspeakable one, were doing the Truth Rundown with the St. Pete Times. Miscavige turned Freedom Magazine into a hit magazine against his enemies. Right. And then when he opened the studio, he was trying to launch Freedom TV. He was going to do documentaries exposing, quote unquote, like Alex Gibney and Tracy McManus, who's a writer from the St. Pete Times, but it's the Tampa Bay Times now, right? And what's their names? Tom Childs and the two guys who,
Yeah.
you know who they are. Joe Childs, I forget their name. He was going to do exposés on all these guys. They had hired investigative journalists. They'd spent millions of dollars, and he was going to launch Freedom TV. And we would have thought of SMP as Freedom TV. It never happened. They got millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of camera equipment and lights that they never used. The TV studio that they never used. They just organize events out of it. They don't shoot anything there. And so I'm trying to organize people to go down there and just with signs that say, what happened to Freedom TV? Freedom Magazine, which was a big deal to them,
I know.
has not had an issue released since 2019. The
Wow.
last issue
Wow.
was 2019. Okay. And they had 5 hardcore journalists who all worked for OSA because Freedom is part of OSA. 4 of those journalists split. They're gone. 2 of them spoke out to me. Some things I'm not going to talk about
No,
just
it's
because
okay. It's all right.
it's their thing. One of them, the reason the other one didn't leave is because he's worried about losing his green card. And the fact that I know that, I just said that on YouTube, must scare the shit out of me. Okay, because the only guy they could keep needs that green card, or he's going to get shipped out of the country. And it's pretty amazing. It's like that place is such a failure. And I've spoken about it a little bit, but like if Scientologists knew what a failure that place was, how much money was wasted, they wouldn't believe it. I mean, the tragedy is they actually wouldn't believe it.
Right.
So anyway, if anybody's listening who wants to help me organize a protest at Scientology Media Production,
I
I'm
told you
down.
I'll go.
I know, yeah, you and I will go, but we need like a crowd. I want to get a crowd down there.
You want to get what?
A crowd. I want to get a crowd down there because you just don't want to do it when there's an event going on, because then he'll be out of town. You know, you want to try to pick a time when he's there.
Well, anyway, to get back to my story of how I met Mitch,
Oh yeah,
he sat down and showed me the photograph on your
Right.
camera of David Miscavige's office, which I didn't know at the time he was even in LA at all. And I'd heard he'd moved to Clearwater and that was it. Okay, so there was that. And the other one was and I've told you guys this about the military guy. I went with my friend. We went over by Author Services, which is all the way across town,
right.
where Miscavige used to be.
Right.
A
Well,
lot
he's
of the
still there. He
execs.
goes back and forth.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, he used to really be there.
Yeah,
And
he used to run the place.
right. And we went by there, and my friend, who's a guy, said to this big military guy who came out, and he said, "Where's Miscavige?" And the guy said, "I don't know." And he said, "Well, that's your job. Where is he?" And they kind of went back and forth. And then I finally said, "Okay, time out." And I leaned in because I thought they're going to call the police. This is going to be bad. So I leaned in and I said, "Do you have any idea what we're doing here?" And the guy said, "No." And I said, "Okay, David Miscavige, the guy you work for, owes me $1 million. And he won't talk to me, and neither will anybody else. There's only one person that's allowed to talk to me." And he got super white. And I know they could see it on the camera because the security Sea Org guys came running out and shoved him into the garage and shut the garage door. But you told me that if that guy's there, if one of the guys in the big military outfits are there, Miscavige is in the
Yeah, they all have the same Glock 9. They all wear the same desert boots. They all have the same tactical pants. They have different tops. They have the same, what do you call it? The shooters, the ballistic glasses, whatever they are, Oakleys, that all the military guys wear.
Right.
And they're not supposed to talk to you. Like they are literally forbidden to talk.
right.
And if one of those guys is there when you pull up to the gate, then Miscavige is. So, because he travels with this armed detail of ex-military special forces.
And you thought that was no big deal. And I was like, that's a big
Well, it's
deal.
no big deal with me because I'm like, they ain't gonna mess with me.
No, I know
Oh,
it's no big deal for you,
yeah.
but I'm just saying it was information, nobody else. I've told this story to
Yeah,
hundreds of people, Sea Org and public,
yeah,
and nobody knew. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, I think he moved to Clearwater."
yeah. Well, he did move to Clearwater during the pandemic, during the worst of it, because he's asthmatic and he smokes at least a pack of Camels a day. So if you have asthma and you smoke and you get COVID, you're gonna die.
Wow.
So he was really paranoid, as was everybody at Gold. I mean, those people they were bleaching their shoes when they
I
went
know.
outside. I mean,
They
they
told me
were,
they were bleaching their shoes.
yeah, they were bleaching their shoes. Like when they were in LA,
Hi.
if they went outside when they came back in,
Yeah.
bleached the bottom of their shoes, and they took their clothes off and changed clothes and then laundered their clothes. And then up at Gold, they had like a station set up. They had guys in hazmat suits. So when packages showed up, they all went into quarantine,
That's
and they all got
crazy.
sprayed down with this noxious thing called Decon 7. And yeah, it was really crazy. They were the nuttiest observers of so-called protocols,
Right.
like just out of control.
Right.
Question before your question. Oh, put a question in so Troy sees it. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Ooh, what happened there? Oh, thank you. It's a super chat message. Well, thank you for the $2. I don't.
Somebody, DeFlawless is thanking me for keeping you company, and I just have to say that
No.
it is my absolute pleasure to be keeping you company.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not spanking.
No, did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
said it's spanking
I meant
keeping you
Tory.
company.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna be 75 in a couple of weeks, so I get a pass. Yeah, no, I don't get you guys mixed up. I just,
Yeah, I know. I'm just telling you that. Okay, I don't understand that, love it, but whatever. How does it feel to talk about all this right in front of Big Blue? I like it. Hi, Blow Drill. Good to see you. I like it. I like
yeah,
sitting here. It's very hot in Burbank. It's 107, or it was when we left. And it's probably like what, 90 here now?
yeah, I can't really look right now.
We can't really check. Can you check how hot it is?
Here you go,
you check?
Tory.
Oh, your friend Tory?
Oh, it's 90.
Your friend?
Yeah, you can point your
Hey,
camera.
how are you? Good to see you.
Okay.
I like your hat.
Oh, my God.
You look better.
There. You?
Doing better?
Yeah.
Good.
I put this here right now. You better. That.
I like your hat.
My God, I know.
Both hats.
Does he have two hats
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, he's got two hats
Oh,
on.
that's smart. That's smart.
Everything that goes.
Yeah, that's good. Keep that.
They're very hot to rain.
I
Oh.
saw a guy. I went to the grocery store the other day, and a guy got out an umbrella to walk from his car into Ralph. That's how hot it is.
Yeah,
I mean, he had an umbrella, and I thought that's a smart idea
yeah,
because it's hot
yeah,
just for a few minutes. Really
yeah.
unbelievable. Well, so they're keeping you cool at the church?
Yeah. Maybe right now, not.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's sleeping.
Oh.
Only. Oh, yeah. Friday, Monday. Saturday and Sunday.
No.
No. I go to.
Well, good to talk to you. Good to see you. You look much better. You really do.
Nobody wants to go.
All right. Ciao. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Take care. You're gonna go around. Don't go in the street.
Yeah.
You can go in front. I'll turn it so that it won't film you. Please. Weird about you being in the street.
So yeah, this has been an interesting experiment. I mean, we literally had no idea what was going to happen. Jennifer Sosabi says, happy early birthday. I appreciate that very much.
When's your birthday?
It's on the 26th of September. I will probably be moving or packing.
Oh, happy
Otherwise,
birthday.
having a really not great day.
Oh, have a good day. What the hell?
Yeah, but I'll work it out. Hey, Paintbox Tune says hi from Yorkshire. Hey, thanks for showing up.
Oh, thank you. It's always a good conversation with Mitch.
I appreciate that.
Does
I hate
Mitch
seeing myself on
know
camera, so I'm going to keep.
Liz or Laura's? Do you know Liz or Laura's dads?
Sorry.
Do you know Liz Gale,
Yeah.
or Laura's dad? You know, Laura Anderson.
Yeah, I knew Laura's parents. Yeah, for years.
You do?
Yeah.
He knows him.
Yeah, but Phil and Diane Anderson. I worked with them for years. I worked with them first at this building, and then I worked with them at Gold. One of the things that's just so effed up about the Sea Org is that
Now
I what's that?
you're being filmed.
I worked with them for 40 years. I never knew they had kids.
Really?
Oh yeah, because you walk by their desk, they don't have pictures. They never talked about it.
Wow.
You know, maybe I was somebody that they wouldn't talk to about, but you think after 40 years that they might mention that they had kids. Never mentioned it.
Hi guys, don't ever get into Scientology. You will. Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a shame. They're actually very nice people. Her parents.
Hi. Yeah, it's hard to, you know, it's hard to. I mean, I understand the brainwashing, so it's hard for people to understand a
Yeah.
father who doesn't even say hello to his daughter. I mean, it just does. I mean, even to me, it just, even though knowing what I know, it's just, it's like, Phil, if you ever hear this or see it, or anybody who knows Phil, have him call and talk to his daughter. I mean, that's the least you can do. You're not going to live forever, and neither will she. And I really think it's important people make connections now.
Yeah, agreed.
I do.
Mersey Dotes asks, why are you moving? Next question. I
Next.
just need to reorganize things because I can no longer afford where I'm living in essence. But there's some problems with the house, but I need to kind of, some people leave into a disaster when they leave Scientology. My disaster has been a slow motion train wreck. And now the kind of financial part of it's catching up. And although I have a lot of projects in the future coming up, I need to reorganize. And I don't need that house anymore. I have a big house in the hills with a pool. I can't afford it. So that's why I'm moving. I'm moving so that I can restart my life and do something more constructive
Oh, that's right.
than make films for Scientology.
That's right. All right, now catch the next one. Okay, bye. Nanya, never in, always again. I like that. You have very interesting stories.
Sorry?
You have very interesting stories, Sophie said.
Yeah, I think I have a few.
You have a few. We
Yeah,
all do.
there was a bunch of things we were going to talk about, and now I kind of forget what they were.
I know we were. We were going to talk about things.
Now you knew some people, the Enhancement Center. Remember?
Yeah, Bill Yachty,
Yeah, Bill Yachty. He was an
CS
agent
and an auditor.
for OSA,
Well, he was originally an auditor there and a
Right.
CS.
a field auditor.
But I think
No.
no, he
No.
was in the Sea Org for three different times.
Okay.
So I think what happened is the third time. See, in the Sea Org, you're not allowed to work at any other company per the contract.
No.
You can only go back in the Sea Org. And his wife did not want to go back in the Sea Org the third time. So this is a guess, but I think Miscavige or someone said, look, we'll get you into the Enhancement Center and you can audit, because he's basically an auditor.
Right.
And you can audit and be a CS there as long as you help us handle the internet.
Oh, so Miscavige actually had his claws.
That's a guess.
No, but it sounds like he had his
think.
claws, his tentacles into the Enhancement Center. We should tell people the Enhancement Center was a field group, what's called a mission
Right.
in Scientology in Sherman Oaks, California. It was founded by, what's her name? Tom
It
Cruise's
doesn't matter.
first wife. Yeah, it does matter. It's really important
Okay.
because
Mimi Rogers.
yeah, it was founded by Mimi Rogers' father. I mean, that's where Tom Cruise got into Scientology. So
Yeah, a lot of the celebrities were audited there.
Yeah.
Until Miscavige went, all right, that's it. Nobody can be at the
But-
Enhancement Center.
yeah, but what you provided is, yeah, Kirstie Alley also came in.
Yeah.
What you just brought up, which I never realized, was that I knew that Miscavige, he dismantled the Enhancement Center.
Right.
He declared Mimi Rogers' father a suppressive person because he wanted to get those celebrities out of there.
Right.
He wanted those celebrities for himself. I've never heard anybody talk about this on YouTube, about the Enhancement Center.
I have.
Yeah, you've talked about it, right? But you have to talk about things over and over.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I've made many videos about the Enhancement Center.
Yeah, but I knew that Miscavige had ordered Greg Wilher to get Tom Cruise up to gold so that they could be bros. But I never realized, and I knew that he had dismantled the Enhancement Center, but I never realized that he could have very likely had this character Biliati, who I had met, I know you were talking about, that he was like an agent for Miscavige in there.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Because see, in the morning and late at night, he would do OSA. He was handling the internet.
Interesting.
And then in the afternoon and early evening, he was an auditor CS. And I know this because I opened the phony accounts for him to work on the internet. And I said, what are you going to do with these? And he said, I'm not going to tell you. Now, remember, he was my auditor, so he knew my case.
Sure.
And he said, I'm not going to tell you, Tory. If I do, they will get you in deposition forever.
So he basically said, I'm not going to tell you for your own protection.
Yeah. And you don't need to know. And you can always say now, I don't know. I honestly don't.
That's crazy. What's your camera looking at?
Me.
Oh, okay. Mine's looking at you too. Yeah, that's interesting. Let me ask you a question.
But let me just finish with one thing. How way at the end, now I'm waking up, right? And I realize I'm out of here. And he comes over to my house. No, his wife calls and says, Bill and I want to see you. And now he totally threw me under the bus before that. And I've made videos about it, but another time I can tell you, but he did throw me under the bus. So I had sort of disconnected from him and OSA, and I was just doing my own thing, right?
Right.
But now Kathy calls the night before I'm going to leave and says, Bill and I need to see you. Well, what could that be? So I said, Kathy, I'm going to tell you something, because I knew she didn't know about the top secret mafia, the internet shit that he was doing.
By that, you mean the people that he was using?
I was opening the accounts. He was on the internet posting.
And that's the top
with
secret.
three goals:
that's the top secret
being
mafia?
to distract, to just divide and conquer, and to just slime the area. Like if they wanted the area done, they would just post so much junk that I said, why would you do that? And he said, because then nobody will go on it. Nobody wants to stand in a bunch of shit. So basically it was distract off of anything, any topic Miscavige or anybody didn't want known. Divide and conquer, get them fighting with each other. And I watched him do this. I was in his office and he's typing away and I'm like, I have no idea what he's doing. I didn't understand the internet. And all of a sudden he goes like this. He jumps up and he goes, bingo, we got it. And I said, you got what? Bingo what? And he goes, these guys are going to be arguing for all day, all night, probably tomorrow, maybe for a week, maybe for a month. Let's go to dinner. And we did. We all went to dinner.
Nice.
But that was his. So every time I see these big snarl fests, I'm like, don't do it.
Right.
It's only the only people that are winning on that is OSEP.
Right.
And I know people don't like to hear that, but that's a fact.
Right. Let me ask you a question. We know there's no tinfoil hat under that beautiful blonde hair. We know that. You're not a conspiracy person.
Hell no.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question.
Sound like it?
Not at all. But I'm saying some people were like, oh, everybody said it's always OSA like that.
But let me clarify one thing before you ask me.
Sure.
I'm not saying everybody's OSA.
Right.
I can see snarl fests where, somebody posts a hot topic and all of a sudden it's on to golf. And then now, if it's a real thing, it'll go back to the hot topic. If it isn't a real topic, it'll go into, I don't really like you, right? And now it's personal. And once it's personal, it's off. They're winning. It's off of distraction, divide and conquer, boom.
Right.
So now you can ask.
The question is, how many people do you think comprise the secret mafia?
I'd say 6 to 8,
6 to 8. Doesn't take many.
if that many. If that many. I only saw physically 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4.
Well, when Anonymous happened, which is when I first became aware of you and your friend Mark Bunker, I was like, what am I going to do with these people? The answer is not much. Okay, I didn't do much. But back then, Miscavige was freaking out and saying things like, I hate the internet because anybody can say anything with impunity, which is the best thing about the internet. I mean, yeah, sometimes people go off half-cocked and they say slanderous things and blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, they get banned for doing stuff like that. But he didn't like the fact that people could speak against him. He hated the internet. So he started the Stan League. I remember when he did that, which is really hypocritical because he said, I want to do something like the anti-defamation league, the one that the Jews have, right? He wanted to model it after that. If you look at the anti-defamation league, if you go to their website, they do all kinds of human rights stuff. They speak a lot for the LGBTQ plus community. They do all and all the Stan League does, all they do is talk about Scientology.
Right.
The other thing that he wanted to do, he wanted to legitimize that top secret mafia that you're talking about. Let me just switch this.
And make it what?
What's that?
And make it what?
Well, no, in other words, bring it more. In other words, what he did was he, wow, I have an available Wi-Fi network. Anyway, so what he did was there were these little cellular Wi-Fi hotspots you could buy, right? Or you could get one on an account. He handed out tons of those, at least 30, maybe 50, to trusted people he could trust to go on the internet. He handed them out because they couldn't be traced back to a Scientology IP address. So my point is, the thing you were opening up accounts years later, that is still going on in 2008 in a much bigger scale, because he's giving people free internet access so that it can't be traced to a Scientology IP address, right? And it didn't work very long. It didn't last very long because, people would wake up, they'd see this stuff.
Right.
They download porn on the church's dime. I mean, that happened. And so he kind of ended that. And then the Stan League became just a bunch of like sock puppet, fake people, fake pictures. But he tried to do that for a while like that.
Right.
And I'm sure it's still going on. I think there are a number, and I think it's more than a half a dozen Scientologists who are way up the bridge. They're on Solos. They get sec checked twice a year, and they get rewarded for going on to platforms like YouTube and doing this kind of stuff, because then they can get. It's like they get a scout badge, like an SP bought SP scout badge,
Right.
And then that helps them with their quote unquote clearances and they do solo knots and so forth. So I think it's definitely more than 6 or 8 people.
Anyway, I'm just saying when I was there, which was in from 95 to 99,
Right.
Around that time. But I never finished my story about what happened with Kathy and Bill saying, we need to get together with you the night before I escaped out.
Oh, right.
Right. So I said to Kathy, and you have to understand, this is a woman who knew nothing, just like my husband knew nothing about this. Nothing. I had to sign a thing saying I'd pay $100,000 if I told David Miscavige, RTC, any of the executives, anybody, any auditor, any executive, any ethics officer. And I looked at Bill and I said, this is like the Guardian's office shit. Right? From where the 11 people went to prison. And he said, I said, what about me? And he said, Tory, we have the best auditors and ethics officers in the world that will help you. And he said, trust me. And I did. He was my auditor. They knew I did. So, okay, I signed the thing. But anyway, the point is, Kathy and Bill, my husband and his wife, didn't know anything about this. So now Kathy calls me and says, we want to meet you for dinner. And I don't trust him at all now at this point. And so I say, okay, here's the deal, Kathy. The only place I'm going to meet you is in a public space, a public restaurant. Because I'm really afraid Gavino is going to come and get me, right? Because I'm the only one who knows this top secret shit that's going to, they'd already put me in an apartment, in a room. What's going on?
I had to just make a quick adjustment with my camera. I'm really
Oh.
sorry. It was loose.
Okay.
I didn't mean to distract you. Go on.
No. Do you want me to take your picture with both of you?
Oh, we're good. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, put you in a room. You were saying
I know they put me in a room.
the story with Kathy.
I was afraid they'd put me in a
Oh
room
yeah, okay,
and
good.
torture me,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I said, look, I'll meet you in a public space. So we go to one of these restaurants where you can eat outside, or we're inside, but it's public. And we eat, and it's very awkward. It's like, how's the weather and this and that. It's just sort of like nothing, right? Bill never shows up, and now it ends. And I'm like, the whole time I'm like eating, kind of looking around, like, is Gavino going to show up? Is Osa going to show up? Are they going to come drag me out of here? I mean, I was really afraid. I really was. And I don't get afraid. I'm just not someone who does, but I did then that night. And so she goes, well, look, Bill wants to talk to you at our house. And I said, okay, Kathy, I'm going to tell you something that you don't know. And I want you to listen to me carefully and get this. If Gavino comes into your house, I am going to call the police. And I mean it. I'm not like, maybe I will. I am going to call the police. And I don't care what happens to the two of you. I mean, I was like really on edge, right? And she said, no, it's okay. Now, Bill had been very, because he threw me under the bus and I sort of disconnected from him. So he used to be like, Tory. And then now he was sort of like, hello. And our husbands and wives didn't know anything about it. So we'd kind of be like cordial with each other. But now I walk up to their house and he's like this, hey, Tory, hi, come on in. So we go into his office and he goes, you are the first person to ever talk to Andreas, who created xcnu.net,
Right.
the huge website. He's a Norwegian who was never in.
Right.
And I said, well, he's not that hard to get in touch with. Because, he was super friendly to me. So he goes, well, come on outside. And he goes, all right. So he sits me down. I remember he's been my auditor from OT5 to the 7 setups, everything else. So he knows me. So we sit down and he goes, all right, so what's going on? And I said, nothing. I'm planning, I've already set up the van to come get me the next morning, right?
Right.
And I say to him, nothing. And he goes, Tory, it's not nothing. Just tell me what it is. And I kind of get this Homer Simpson bubble, like, this is the last time.
Do we know this person?
I don't know. This is the last time I'm going to have to put up with this sec check bullshit question, right? He's probably picking up someone in the restaurant. There are a lot of Uber Lyft times.
Doesn't matter.
So anyway, I get that thought and I get a big smile on my face. And he goes, okay, that's it. What is that? What is it? He goes, and I said, nothing. And he goes, no, it's not nothing, Tory. You know it's something. What is it? What were you just thinking? And he looks at me, what were you just thinking? And I go, okay, here's the deal. Remember, I knew he did the Top Secret Mafia in the morning and late at night. And I'm a night owl. So I said, well, let me just tell you this. You will be the first person to know tomorrow morning. Because I posted it at 2 a.m. when Glue left the building. That was it. I was through the coop. Isn't that just an interesting little side?
Completely. That is like fascinating. Yeah. So yeah, that crap is still going on. I have to just answer this one question.
Okay.
This is from Freebird67, says, good day, Mitch. Here to support you being there. Good luck with the move. As we get older, it's better to downsize and simplify life. Isn't that the truth? He has a question. Did I know Bob Ferris? I knew him casually. He wasn't somebody that I worked with.
You know that name too. Who is he?
Liz Ferris's dad. Apparently my volume is really low. Maybe if I put my headphones in. Okay, or I'll move closer to the camera. Okay, so yeah, Bob Ferris was like he kind of like fixed computers and stuff at Gold. So occasionally he'd come into the office. I mean, I knew who he was. He's just not anybody I ever interacted with.
Right.
Yeah, he was just a pretty quiet, unassuming. He was just one of the worker bees up there, you know?
One of the many.
Yeah, one of the many. So we'll see if this helps with the microphone.
Okay. Hello,
I
Tory.
promise we'll, hey,
Nice to see you.
Catherine,
Thank
is that better? Okay, good. Okay, great. So yeah, that helps.
So we know that there's 180, 100, 191 people who are in here.
Oh, watching yours. I don't have it that many, but yeah, okay.
But I'm just saying, by the end, once we post it, it'll be like a couple thousand.
Yeah, I
So
know that'll be great.
I think, this is my theory, that I think some of these guys that are still in watch our stuff. And this is my message to you. If you're in, Hubbard had a thing, the way out, the way through. Meaning you have to keep going. But you know he didn't keep that. He left and blew the coop himself. So my thing is the way out is the nearest door. Find a door, open it up, walk out. If you come out here and meet us and you honestly don't like us, go back. They'll take you back any day. They're not going to declare someone just because they left. They're not.
No, it's going to cost you a pretty penny when you go back. You're going to be signing up for a lot of security checking. I mean, if you actually spoke out.
But the truth is, 99% of the people, I don't know anybody who's gone back. When I left in 2000, Robert Von Young, who used to write for Freedom Magazine,
Right.
and he was a fabulous writer, and he called me every night. And he said, Tory, this is a lot like an abused woman syndrome. And I said, meaning what? And he said, like abused women, they'll go back, right? And he said, I'm really afraid you're going to go back in. And because I have epilepsy and I fought them for 30 years about my medication, even though I took medication, but I still fought them about it. And they treated me like a degraded being and everything else.
Right.
I said to him, Vaughn, what you're saying, think of a Jew. It's like saying to a Jew, we're worried you're going to go back in those concentration camps.
Yeah.
And I meant it as serious as I'm saying it.
Yeah.
It's like, no fucking way. You could pay me $1 trillion and I would not go back. Like, no.
Yeah. No, it would be.
Like,
Yeah.
no.
So just to they're having a little trouble hearing you on my stream.
Why?
I don't know why you're a little self, but just to verify what you're saying. I spoke with somebody from the domestic abuse hotline. They gather a lot of information on domestic abuse, and they said that statistically, it takes a person 7 failed attempts before they leave an abusive situation.
It didn't me.
No. I'm talking about like abusive relationships.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is
Usually when people leave Scientology, they leave. But I'll tell you something.
Hi, how you doing?
There's leaving and there's leaving, because I know I left a bunch of times in my head and it didn't leave. And then left and didn't leave and left and didn't leave. And then finally, when you leave physically, you leave. And then you speak out because it puts distance between you and the organization.
I wasn't going to. I said to Stacy, I'm not going to make videos. I'm not going to speak out. I'm not going to pick it. But I always tell the kids between LAX and Tampa, at LAX, I was a Scientologist. By the time I got to Tampa, I was an activist because of what they'd done to me.
Right.
They canceled my van. The plane was canceled. The vice president was at LAX, with her high heels charging up to me going, we know where you're going. You're not going there. And luckily, Jesse had said, look, bring a phone. And in 2000, that sounds funny to a lot of people now because everyone has a phone. But in 2000, we didn't. Remember, we had the little emergency phone?
Mm-hmm.
And so I said this to Stacy. I said, Stacy, they don't do stuff like that. And she said, Tory, we used to run those programs. We know what we're talking about. Bring a phone. So I did. I brought this little emergency phone thinking she's full of shit. It's not really. And when the vice president came up, I got off the flip phone and I said, Jesse, the vice president is here. Well, it was Stacy who answered, and then she put it over to Jesse. And Jesse said, I'm going to walk you through this, but do not set down the phone. No matter what, don't set down the phone. If you go to the bathroom, don't set down the phone because they are after you, Tory. Don't let anything go wrong. We're going to walk you through this. And she wouldn't leave me alone. She was like glued to me. And so I finally had to get in a van to go to another terminal.
Mhm.
And she's carrying my luggage. This is the vice president of OSA, Janet Wiley. She's carrying my luggage. And I say to the guy that's driving the van, I'm escaping out of a cult. She's the vice president. Can you help me? And he goes, do you want to ride or not? So anyway, I got on. But
Yeah.
finally I told them, I said, look, I can't get rid of her. She's everywhere I go, she goes. And so Bob bought me a first class ticket. He said, you can go in a special lounge and she can't get in.
Right. Right. Yeah, this is amazing. Why are you barking? Hey, would you hold him a second? I'm gonna go just grab him something. I'm gonna grab you something.
He's gonna come back. Don't worry. Don't worry. He's so cute. He's so protective. Let me see if I can show you. Wait, I gotta do it the other way. Here he is. Bentley. Think, right? Is that your name? Wait, let's get you on. Here, scoot over. Oh, look at your little
Right here.
face. Look at how cute he is.
Here, this is falling apart.
Oh my God.
You want this, don't you?
Bentley. His name's Bentley, right?
Huh?
His name's Bentley?
Weston.
Oh, Weston.
A different English
I
name.
like Bentley.
Yeah.
I like Weston too, though. All right, Weston. Oh, here, give it back to you.
Yeah, Weston is named after a photographer by the name of Edward Weston.
Edward Weston?
Yeah, Edward Weston was a big influence. Yeah.
You know what's the deal with my eyes tonight, but I really am having a hard time seeing the print.
Yeah, we're a little closer now, so hopefully the volume's a little better.
Right in.
Yeah, these are a little too juicy to eat. Kind of melted.
I do love Lincoln Park. I used to live on Lincoln. Park Bridge.
Hey.
I went to high school with Hillary Rodham.
With who?
Hillary Rodham Clinton.
You did? You went to high school?
Yeah, we were in a special class council together.
Wow. How was she? Did you know her back then? Or?
A little. Everyone asked that. What was she like? She's like how she is now.
Yeah, I went to high school with a bunch of celebrity kids, but I don't want to mention who they are. Martin Jr., and all. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it.
Okay.
I went to a little private school in Beverly Hills.
Where'd you grow up?
Where did I grow up? I grew up in Laurel Canyon in West Hollywood, in the Hollywood Hills.
Oh, wow. You had to know a lot.
I did. Hey, Weston, chill, dude.
Yeah,
You
dude.
need to chill. Here. Drink some water. There we go. He's drinking some water. So yeah, it's yeah, you can't grow up in West Hollywood with Beverly Hills, West Hollywood. You don't grow up without meeting a lot of famous people. It's just inevitable. Hey, I even bumped into Charlie Manson one day.
What happened?
I bumped into Charlie Manson one day about
Oh.
2 months before the murders back in 1969.
Hi guys, I'm sorry.
Hey guys.
We're gonna get going, Tory.
Oh,
Yeah.
was there anything
'Cause I didn't
exciting?
No, just tour. I mean,
It's not
over
really
there.
a party, right?
I think probably later on they're gonna come out. Because remember last time they came out like around 10.
What time is it?
It's 9:30.
Mm,
Yeah, but I'm a little tired. I've been up since 6 in the morning.
It's so hot, dude.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for coming by, both of you.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna take her home. Yeah. Take her home. But I didn't bring my car. I left it in. I left it parked in downtown. So we're gonna catch the train, go to downtown.
Oh, that's awesome.
From there, I'll take it.
That's good.
Well, it was nice to meet you. Mitch.
Yeah, you too.
See you next
It's a
time.
pleasure. You bet.
Good to see you. I know. It's weird having the girls gone, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You know, because there's a bunch of them went.
Oh, they're on tour.
Yeah. I
Hi,
think they're
Daddy.
having a really good tour, though. I think.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You good? You good?
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get guys.
All right, Carlos. Thank you for
Okay.
coming by.
Okay,
and
good night.
Zelda,
Good
it's
night.
Good
Bye,
to see you.
everyone.
Have a
Sorry.
safe trip home
Yeah, we will.
and
We
try to
have-
stay cool.
We have our.
Yeah, we'll see you guys. Be good.
Okay, bye, Mitch.
Hold on, let me just, yes, good night, Carlos. Nice to
Have a
meet
good
you.
weekend.
Nice seeing you, Tori.
Are you coming tomorrow, Tori?
Here?
Yeah. No.
It's too hot.
Too hot.
We're gonna wait
Well,
for it to
next
cool
Friday.
down.
Yeah, next Friday, probably.
Yeah. Well, me. If you're here,
Yeah.
I only come when you're here.
Oh, thank you. I
But
appreciate
this
it.
time I just came for a little bit because I have my car over there.
Yeah.
I'll go pick it up.
But next Friday, it's supposed to be like 70.
Oh,
so
that would be nice. Yeah.
like back where it's chilly.
Yeah.
We're waiting for that. This whole week's going to be hot, though.
Uh-huh.
Through the weekend. And then it starts then.
It's gonna be like an inferno.
I got the notification.
Huh?
I got the notification.
I know. I know it says don't go out. I went to Weight Watchers last night. And tons of people were there. She said, I'm so happy everybody came. I didn't think you'd come. It's so hot.
Oh, maybe they have it.
Oh, my God.
And the air conditioning. So we all went, let's go.
Who said this?
Weight Watchers.
Elizabeth. She said sometimes the lightning cables work if you flip it over. There's a front and a back. It worked. You're a genius.
worked?
Yeah, you're a genius.
Good.
Yeah.
Also, how did you do it? How did you get to Tory?
Well, I just flipped it. I just,
Oh, yeah, flip it around. Oh, okay, yeah, because I think sometimes they get dirty.
yeah, I think it's just dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't, yeah, okay. But anyway. it's
Oh,
working.
awesome.
All right. So
It's
Mitchie's
working.
back on. Oh,
Okay, bye, guys.
See ya.
Show hi.
Bye.
Okay, are you back on, Tori?
Yeah.
Can you flip your camera at me?
In just 1 second. I just got a
Nice to meet you. Good night.
question. Mitch, what are David Miscavige's working hours when he is
At the base?
the old KTLA studio? And are they living quarters there too?
No, they mean shit. That person means KECT. Well,
Yeah.
not KTLA. His hours, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, no, there's no living quarters there. The staff who work there, they live. I don't know. I think they mostly live at the HI, which is where the test center is. There's a few different buildings they live at. I couldn't tell you where they live, but I know they're all bussed in every morning.
And
The
they live
staff,
on the street here. There's a big apartment building.
yeah, that's right. A lot of them live right down the
Anthony,
street.
yeah.
The Armstrong building or something like that.
See, Anthony.
Anthony building, right.
Thank you.
He lives, I'm trying to think of the street. It's next to ASI. It's the side street of ASI. There's apartments there called the El Cadiz. And they bought that whole place and they turned a bunch of the units into one big massive living quarters for Miscavige. And then they built like a walled in passageway.
Wow.
Walk to ASI without even seeing. That's where he lives when he's in LA. But his working, I mean, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he usually comes to work after noon, generally speaking. He doesn't come in the morning. I don't know what he does. Hello.
Hi.
Nice night for a walk, huh?
Beautiful dress or
Okay.
really pretty.
Yeah, he'd come in afternoon and he'd usually leave 8:10. Sometimes he's there later. Like if he's planning an event and he's going through editing bays and looking at event videos and doing all that stuff, he'll he'll keep everybody there till midnight. Then he'll tell them, you better fix that and basically make them stay up all night. And then he'll go home and get some sleep and come in the next day at noon.
They want to know what your username is.
My username
I
on
think it's just Mitch
YouTube?
Briscoe on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's hello. It's Scientology the Big Lie. In my channel, it's
Oh, it is?
yeah,
It's not Mitch Briscoe?
But if you search Mitch Brisker, you'll find it because I'm the only Mitch
But it's
Brisker.
called Scientology: The Big Lie.
Yeah, it actually has dashes. Scientology dash the dash big dash lie. Like if you search at, or even if you just without the dash, you just search Scientology: The Big Lie, it'll come up. It's easy to find. I'm Mitch Brisker on Facebook. I'm Mitch Brisker on Instagram. I'm not really hiding behind handles, and I'm Mitch Brisker on X. I don't post a lot on X, somewhat on Instagram, somewhat on Facebook.
It's
I
so,
just don't.
it's
I
so
just don't
nice
have
the way
time. Huh?
everybody's. It's so nice the way people are more coming out than, I remember back in 2000. I mean, people would even say, "What is your name?" And we would all go, "Okay." So it's like,
Yeah,
it was
everybody
just
would
like, it
hide
was
behind
so
something.
paranoid.
Yeah.
And I had a thing set up where if people wanted to call me, they had to call Andreas and ask him and talk to him. And then Andreas would say, "Look, it's one of your relatives and they want to talk to you." Kind of thing.
Right. Right.
And that was from Norway to here.
Right.
Okay, so let me just check. Very dry, Tory, maybe some moisture drops. Oh, in my eyes. Thank you, witness. That's probably
Well,
it. I probably do need moisture. She said it's
oh
very dry
yeah.
out.
Well, Elizabeth said, my favorite mantra: computers make or break my day. That is true. When I was
For
learning
all
to
of
use
us.
computers back in the 70s, before personal computers, I learned by a very talented young man who was one of the pioneers of computer animation, and he had run the computer department at the Rand Corporation. This guy was a pretty savvy computer guy. And when he sat me down to teach me how to use a computer, this was like a deck computer. This was like about the size of a refrigerator. Oh, that smells so weird. Uh, but anyway, he said the first thing you have to know about computers is there's no reason to do something by hand in 15 minutes if you can spend 2 hours doing it. So anyway, that was kind of his perspective. They don't necessarily save time. I answered this earlier. Welderman said, "Do you know Phil Anderson?" Yeah, I knew Phil Anderson for years. I worked with his wife Diane more because Diane was the film librarian up at Gold, which means she was one of the two people that if you needed a shot or you needed a stock footage or something, you'd put the request into them. So I saw Diane a lot. Lovely woman, used to be a ballerina, very talented, and just hopelessly lost his life.
Yeah.
When you truly, truly believe that you're saving the world, it's kind of difficult to turn your back on that.
Well, it is until you see the dark side.
Hey, Spanky's in the chat. Hi, kiddos. It's
She
Spanky.
Hi, Span.
Hi, Spanky. Yep, here we are. She's on my chat.
Oh, she's on your chat.
Yeah, but maybe she'll jump in yours.
Well, tell her I said hi. I don't see her, but that doesn't mean she's.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Wilderman. You should also know, like I met Laura as a little girl at the ranch because I knew all of those kids. I saw them grow up. Laura and Sterling and Mike, all the ones that you guys have come to know. Mostly I knew Sterling. He was older. He and Mike were older. They came to the base.
Mhm.
And then I cast Sterling in a whole bunch of films because he was just a very lively person. He was kind of the right type I needed, like a young, spunky, kind of nice looking guy. And I think he was in 4 films, or at least 2 films with Jason Begay, where he did scenes with Jason, but like they had
Right.
dialogue scenes. So, and we had a lot of fun. I mean, everything wasn't evil and abusive. In the movie studio, we could get away with a lot because the place was bubbled. We were making these films and nobody, the staff loved working on the films because they couldn't be hassled. They didn't have to go to muster. If they missed a meal, they got fed. They got kind of special treatment. So
Yeah.
they really liked working in the studio.
Yeah.
And then also when Miscavige was around that activity, he'd be on his best behavior because he didn't want me to see that shit. I mean, that eventually the mask dropped and I saw it, but
Right.
that for a long time, that was a thing. Sterling talked about that. It was just like taking a vacation, working on the set for a day or 2
Yeah.
days.
Right.
And
Right.
he probably worked during his time. He worked on films more than most. No, I answered this before. This is hello, it's Leah. Did Phil or his wife ever mention Laura or their kids? Never. I knew them for 40 years. I never knew they had children.
That is so weird. That
Yeah, no, the reason is because families are for the most part invisible. That's just some weird body connection. It's not a statement connection. If it is, that's a different matter. But yeah, it's pretty bizarre.
yeah, it's true, love it. I probably won't. They're asking if I'm going to do a midnight with Magoo, but we've already been here for what? I don't know. Now it cut out because it's only 12 minutes. But we were here.
Mine says 108 minutes.
Yeah, so we were here
Yeah,
for
we've been with them.
over an hour. So I don't think I'm going to do another one at midnight.
Yeah, no. What is this? This is for Mitch.
I didn't speak. You come on
Uh,
here.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, good night. Good night. Good night, John. There's Spanky Taylor. Hey, Torita. Love you both. Thank you. We miss having you here.
Yeah, this might be a new one because we're actually co-streaming on our own channels. I've never seen two channels that are like, because there's no way for them to watch it both unless they can flip back and forth from one tab to another. You would be on one tab, I would be on the other.
But they can hear you and hear me, right?
Yeah, exactly. On either channel, they're going to hear
Yeah.
both of us.
Yeah.
You're a little soft, so I keep moving.
I am?
Well, yeah, but
I can talk.
it's because I don't have a good mic. I'll get a
I
couple.
know. I have a mic. I forgot to bring it. Someone gave me one.
okay.
I forgot to bring it. I was going to tonight. But anyway, next time I will. Because that's my thing with everyone doing interviews with phones. You can hear the person talking, but you
Right.
can't hear the other person.
Right.
And we all need to, like, I noticed Jessica now, Palmadessa is carrying around a little mic.
That she can put.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she can
no,
go like that.
we'll get there. We'll do
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we
be
gotta do
perfect.
that.
Somebody asked, about, do you ever hear, this was Polly Alice asked for Mitch or Tory. Do you ever hear from old friends getting out finally today? I don't. I mean, the only person, you mean friends from inside. Um, well, first of all, they're kind of not friends because you don't really, they might be people you really like, but you don't really have friends in Scientology because friends are somebody that you can confide in. And you can't confide, in my experience, you can't confide in anybody in Scientology because, they'll just they'll write you up to the org, whether it's
Right.
ethics or the CS, because they think they're helping you. So you can't go to somebody and say, I'm having second thoughts about my marriage. I think I made a mistake. Oh my God. They're going to send that shit right into the org and you're going to get yanked in and probably second check in front of your wife.
Yeah, that was part of my waking up. I wrote to Andreas in Norway and I said, Andreas, you have to understand if I leave, I'm going to lose every friend I have. And wait, because I was saying this to Andreas and I said, if I leave, I'm going to lose every single friend that I have and my
Right.
husband of 27 years. I knew my son was out, so I
Right.
knew I was okay on that.
Right.
But I thought, I wrote to him and I said, I don't know if my soul can take this. And he wrote me back and he said, I'm crying reading your email. I'm so sorry you're going through this. But I have to ask you this one question. And it's a really important question. It's very obvious, but it's really important. What kind of friends could those be if they're going to leave you
Yeah.
because you change your mind?
Right.
And I thought, it's so true.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. When I left and I realized none of those people were friends.
We
People
should
that I
make
was,
big banners of that. What kind of friends could those be if they're going to leave you because you change your mind?
yeah, that's totally my
You
point,
should.
that you don't have friends. So, I mean, there were people I really liked, like Rachel Hastings. I met her when she came in 2004. She's a cinematographer. We worked together on some stuff. She was mostly traveling around the world, but we worked together. She wanted to come to Gold and work with me. I tried to make that happen. It didn't really happen. But we were always very friendly and respectful of one another. And oh, look at that. Thank you. Tory gave me a payday.
Payday.
It's payday. I haven't had one of those in a
Payday,
while.
bingo, baby.
So yeah, Rachel, oddly enough, she and I got out at the same time, like at the beginning of lockdown of the pandemic. And then I was speaking with Mike Kimber, and he said he didn't know that we knew each other. I mean, I met Rachel in 2005. I think Mike left. No, 2004. I think Mike left in 2005.
Can you have a peanut or
Huh?
not? Can a dog have a peanut?
No, no
Okay.
peanuts for the dog.
Sorry.
Peanuts. Yeah, peanuts are okay. Never mind. Yeah, peanuts are good. Yeah, I think he'll go crazy for that. He does. He loves peanut butter.
Why did you say no?
I got confused with something else. There's some nuts that are not good. Real bad. Like I know they're not a nut, but mushrooms will make him puke his guts out. Here you go. You eat that. Okay, he's happy. So anyway, so yeah, Mike said somebody's smoking some weed. Maybe
Yeah,
they'll come over here.
it happens.
Maybe they'll come over here and share it with us. That would be nice.
I don't smoke weed.
Oh yeah, no, I'll smoke a little weed. No, I'm driving home, so I'm not going to do it. I think weed is definitely a worthwhile activity in my book.
I lost 100 pounds. I gained it in Scientology.
Mhm.
And I joined Weight Watchers before I woke up and escaped out. And they were part of my waking up
Mm.
because Scientology up at the top, you weren't there, but on OT7,
Mm-mm.
they literally, they don't say this, but you get you get so many sec checks every 6 months that it's like, it's just better not to think about anything. Because if you think about anything, it can read on a stupid meter and then you've
Block
got
it off.
Yeah, so I wasn't thinking at all. So now I go to Weight Watchers to lose the 100 pounds. And the lady says, you walk into a grocery store, you've got, right, should I get a donut? Should I get an apple? Should I get oh, no, she goes like this. She goes, walk into the store, have a committee meeting. And I go like this, I raise my hand. This is how brainwashed I was. I raise my hand in a group meeting and I go, could you define what is a committee meeting? Because that's how brainwashed I was. And she goes, well, you walk in a store. Should I get the apple? Should I get a donut? Should I get an apple? Get a donut? And she goes, make a better choice. Get the apple. And but it was the first time someone had made it okay for me to think. Because see, that thought process they were saying was my case. My
Right.
last CS, which I've gotten together with top CSs who've left, and they said that is the squirreliest CS we've ever heard. And it was see if you can walk down the street and not think about your case. Well, that's like don't think about an elephant, right? So I made it to 2 driveways and I just stood out in the middle of the street. That's it, I'm done.
I have a question for you. Where does this payday fit in on the ecosphere of Weight Watchers?
It's 4 points.
Okay, cool.
Well, I get 23 points a day, and they have 200 foods that are 0 points.
Wow.
So chicken, turkey, all
Cantaloupe.
vegetables, all fruits are all 0 points. You used to have to count them, but they finally realized nobody comes in here because they ate too much fruit or too much vegetable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or turkey, or chicken, or all kinds of stuff. So they have 200 foods that are 0 points now. So you can eat all that, and then the 23 points are kind of this stuff.
Right.
But I've lost 100 pounds and kept it off for 14 years now.
Right. Weston,
Thank
don't
you,
do that.
Weston.
Do not
Thank
do that.
That's an
Okay, so
acknowledgement.
Elizabeth asks me, are you familiar with the Levin Brothers documentary, Brothers Broken? Last I heard, they hope for backing, so if you distributed any news, I would like to see it. Yeah, I'm very familiar with it. Believe it or not, Jeff Levin is actually, I figured this out one day. He's my oldest friend because I met him in 1973. And then, of course, we were friends all during Scientology. Then he left. And he was one of the first people I reconnected with after I left because he's a lovely guy. They
That's how
are.
Spanky is with me. I met her. That's how Spanky is with me. I met her in I think 72.
Yeah, and I gave Jeff some editorial help, like reviewing the film, And I can tell you that they are readying it. They're readying it to be picked up by some platform.
Shut
So
up.
it'll be more readily available. Hello.
Cute dog.
Say hi. Okay. Come on, Weston. Not everybody's as friendly as you. Come on. Oh, that was, anyway.
Weston, I think you need some more water.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's got water there. But so anyway, yeah, it's definitely, I don't have any news, but I know, I'll ask Jeff and I'll post something, or I'll ask him.
What was the question?
The question was about the film Brothers Broken, that they're looking for funding to get the thing distributed. I don't know that they're looking for funding as much as they're just creating the opportunity to have it picked up by streaming services and to be available at more film festivals. I know they're really working on it.
Yeah,
And
I love Jeff. He's a great guy. All right, now, and he's one of the guys from CC back in the old days.
what's that?
We knew him from CC in the
Yeah.
old days. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I first met him. He was just out of the Sea Org, but he was still at CC. He was back
Right.
from the ship, but I think he was staff maybe for a while at CC.
I
Yeah.
helped train John Travolta.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he came up to me at Battlefield Earth. I was with OSA to make sure no evil people got to John Travolta,
Right.
which I thought I was sort of waking up. And so I thought it was a little BS. And afterwards, they had a secret party, and you had to have a badge to get into the secret
I'm
party.
sure.
And so I go with Yachty and Gavino and me. So three of us outside the secret party.
Right.
And Travolta walks up to me and he gives me a big hug and he says, I will never forget you and Vicky. Vicky was the supervisor there.
Right.
And it was really sweet. So then I thought, I want to talk to him. So we're outside. I don't have a badge. They're not going to let me. So I thought, I can do it. So I wait till this tall guy's walking in and I just walk behind him. And the guy goes, well, do you have a badge? And I look at him like, hello. And he goes, okay, just go on. So I get in and John's already with some big celebrity talking to him. And I think, okay, I don't want to bug him. So what can I do? I'll get drinks for Gavino and Yachty. So I go and get drinks and I come out and I say, I really want to congratulate you guys on your top secret party.
That's crazy.
Well, I was always screwing with them. It was like, he knew
Yeah.
how to screw with us, but I knew how to screw with them a little bit. Hello.
Hello.
I like your t-shirt.
Thank you.
Good color.
Hey,
I like these people.
Yeah, they're going to be getting, well, on the other side of the bill, or they're going to be getting out of course soon, right? Are they already out of course?
I
Did they get out at 10?
I think.
Yeah.
I think it's at 9, but
Since-
the kids said 10. I think they said.
Yeah. Hey, Weston, where you going? Where you going, bud? Come on. Come on.
Put
Back
John on up your nose with the rubber hose. No idea. But then I ran into him another time. We had a premiere out at the Arrow out in Santa Monica. And I went up and gave him a hug, and he was very kind to me. And this is me being a declared suppressant.
Really, John? Was nice to you? Yeah. Well, it's a public thing. What's he going to do? He's going to feign being nice.
But I mean, he gave me a really good hug. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just standing.
Yeah,
You
but
can-
it wasn't
He'll let you touch me. He's not that way. He's a good
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, I know. I've interacted with John a lot in Scientology. He's a nice
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a very nice,
Way different than Tom Cruise.
very much so. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hi.
Don't ever get in Scientology.
Hi.
Don't ever join this. I was in it for 30 years. I speak from experience. And they looking after people like you. They want you.
Are you doing a live video?
Yeah. But I was in it for 30 years and then I woke up and realized it was just a scam and escaped out. They chased me across the country. The Tampa police got me out of the Tampa airport. True story.
Thank you for the heads up.
Yeah, I just figure, because they're good at what they're doing. And you guys are gorgeous and they love pretty women.
Yeah,
They
you look
do.
like you have money, and that's
Yeah.
what they want.
And you're pretty. and it's like, hey, get them in. So
Good night, guys. Have a great night.
yeah, I always warn people,
Yeah.
and it's very well receptive.
No kidding. Okay.
And also, you can come out here any day and talk to me, because Gaby, you know that you owe me $1 million.
Oh my
That's
God.
our
So
policy.
Welderman said, Tory is on my TV and you are on my phone. Totally entertained. That is awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
That's really
That
cool.
is awesome. Keep that shit up.
These guys are really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, see, that's the thing with these guys. That's what I want everybody to know. You guys are so important for that reason.
Yeah. It's the
It's
only
like
yeah.
they can't stop you guys.
Yeah.
They could stop us, but they can't stop you. And it's like the more, get more people to come to each of our sites so they subscribe, because then it gets bigger. I started out with 10,000 subscribers with Anonymous. They Bunker brought over the webcams
Yeah.
from Anonymous. And in one day I had 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah. I can't break 5,000. I don't know what it is.
I know, but you just have to keep going.
Yeah, I do, but
Yeah.
I guess I'm just.
It takes a while. I mean, like now I've been 25.5 for at least a year. But it's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I'm
wait,
not.
you just have to keep doing it.
Yeah, I'm not in some numbers game here, but
Hmm?
I'm not in a numbers game. But yeah, we do come out here for you guys. It is a fact.
Well,
But
it is.
if you haven't
isn't a
subscribed to
numbers
my
thing.
channel, please do. And
Huh?
if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I'm going to be doing more stuff, especially once I move. I'll be dedicating myself more because I don't know where I'm going to stream, but I'll figure it out.
You mean you don't know where you're going to swing?
It's like, well, I could always come down here and stream. Like you can stream,
Oh,
you can stream from anywhere. Weston,
Weston, well, you're happy.
said, are you getting a little antsy, bud?
When are we going home?
Huh?
It looks like, when are we going
No,
home?
he doesn't want to go home. He loves being outside. He
Oh,
wants to
good.
take a walk.
Well, go walk them for a minute. You can walk down L. Ron Hubbard Way.
What's that?
You walk down L. Ron
Oh,
Hubbard
really?
Way.
You think they wouldn't with a phone live? I'm not going to turn my phone off.
Well, bring it.
Okay, that's like you're throwing down. No, I'm not going to do it. No.
Okay. Okay, now what is it?
It's not. It's just not a good enough
Don't
opportunity.
worry.
If it was in the middle of an event and there were a lot of people.
My eyes are so weird tonight. I'm glad Witness told me that about the drops. I bet I did. Weston, what are you doing?
Yeah, what the hell are you doing, Weston?
I think he's after a bug.
I don't know. He's after.
Weston, what do you have over there?
Okay,
Something.
I
Something.
can't really get
interesting.
him right now. Okay, where are you, Weston? There you are. What are you doing? Can you believe this guy was run over by a car 2 weeks ago? This guy's like so resilient.
I know. But he
Come
wasn't
on.
run over like you think.
No, but he was
was
like, I
driven
heard him.
over. You
He
should
was,
say he
no, he was dribbled under the car. Like he had superficial scrapes and scratches, and then he ran and hid and came back 4 hours later. And, we got him to the bed. He was okay.
He does deserve to get out. They're saying Travolta's had a hard life. He deserves to get out. And he does.
Yeah, he does. He's had a lot of, he hasn't, I mean, hard life. He's had a lot of tragedy in his life. If that's what they mean by hard life. Yeah, he's definitely had a lot of tragedy. But, the thing is that unable to connect at this moment somehow. Here we are.
Hi, guys. Don't ever get into Scientology.
Sorry.
Huh?
Like that. But if I'm scared.
Yeah, some people don't like to be told what to do. Hello, nice night for a walk, huh?
That's a little lost.
Where are you guys coming
Little
from?
dinner. What are you guys doing?
Oh, we're old friends who used to be in Scientology.
Okay.
So sometimes we like to just come and sit here.
Used to be in Scientology.
Used to.
Longer.
I
Oh, really?
escaped out after 30 years in. I was in for 30 years.
Are you guys live streaming?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay,
Sorry.
what are we talking about?
well, no, I was just asking where you're coming from and you asked what we were doing and I was just telling you,
Right.
sometimes we like to just hang out here and just chat.
Okay.
Because,
We both have stories that the thing about a group like this is it's very factioned off. So like, let's say you two are friends, but you in Scientology would be doing something
Right.
and you could be right next door. And for years, you would have no idea what each of, and you're not allowed to talk about it.
What?
So, yeah, that, and I know people go, I would never do that. And I wouldn't either if you,
Did you both live here?
No,
no, I worked
Neither of
here.
you.
no. I worked as a film director for them for a long time.
Uh-huh.
Made up, so, and they all know who I am, so it's kind of nice to.
So what do your followers say about what's going on?
Oh, I don't know. What are they saying? Well, shit, we're on different channels.
Oh, I
so
see. Okay.
This says, Mitch, it's a matter of proving to them that they cannot, wait a minute, matter of proving to them they cannot obstruct your First Amendment right and your right to walk down the road like anybody else.
Ah,
Different things and or different questions about that.
okay. We
I'm letting it totally.
hi, Kaz.
Yeah.
How long were you?
No, the testing center isn't going to
What's
open.
that?
How long were you part of Scientology?
Oh, many years. Too long.
Too long.
Decades.
Decade.
Well, yeah. I was like.
We all got in as kids. I got in, I was 22. I escaped out at 53.
When you moved to Los Angeles, are you from here?
No, I'm from Chicago. I hitchhiked. I quit college and hitchhiked from Chicago in 1969 to LA to do Scientology.
Wow.
And I just read a couple chapters of a book. That was it. Yeah, but it's tricky. So I try to tell people, there's plenty of information that they put on the internet on how wonderful it is.
Right.
But we have information also. I think the best one that I can say that's the easiest to remember is it's xenu.net. It's my friend in Norway who was never in, and he thought, why is somebody getting sued in Norway? This was in the 90s.
Wow.
And he started poking around, saw all the Scientology stuff, but then he started finding all this dark stuff.
Right.
And he put it all together on xenu.net. And I say Xenu, but it's XENU.
Right.
.net.
All right.
But it's all the stuff they won't tell you.
Right,
Sure.
of course.
So where are you guys coming from? That restaurant?
We're having a little dinner.
How's the food?
Delicious.
Is it good? Check it out.
Let's eat
Found
together.
oyster.
It's filled every night. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The plug for Found Oyster. We
Right.
did not make a commission.
Yeah, no, we love it.
We loved it.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Called
Found
Found.
oyster.
Yeah, I don't really trust the oysters you find, but okay.
Yeah,
No,
they
fair enough.
listen.
I mean,
They
yeah.
were found by then. Give them to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
By us.
Find an oyster.
Hey,
Probably
yeah.
toss.
So
Yeah, exactly. And who is this? Have you introduced your followers to this?
Oh,
person?
absolutely. They love him. That's
Okay.
why he's
So
here.
what's his name?
His name's Weston.
Weston. Weston, you are the truly the star of the show.
Isn't he a sweet dog?
It's
We've
like
been here for
Yeah.
a couple hours.
Yeah.
He's just
He's doing very good.
I have to
Very
say
cool.
he's named after the photographer Edward
Good
Weston.
boy.
Right.
Right, the zone system.
What do we have people
Oh,
say?
that was what's his name?
Oh, they're still talking.
Yeah.
Hi from Melbourne, Australia.
ah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
get it. Mitch,
was the
please
dancer.
cover the elder abuse. People will be horrified that seniors in their twilight years are ripped off and housed in substandard buildings with no medical care. People are also confused with what the First Amendment means. It has to do with the government restricting people's freedom of speech. Well,
Yeah, we're dealing with some issues here.
all right. Well,
Right.
we'll leave you to it.
No. Please come by anytime.
you out here
She's
every
Tory Magoo 44, and I'm Scientology: The Big Lie, and you can go into YouTube and subscribe to our channel.
And it's Tory, not I.
Okay. All
right.
right. Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys have a nice night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Thanks for
having
having us.
and pass the word. Tell people, especially they're after young people, African Americans,
Uh-huh.
and anybody who speaks two languages.
Wow.
Right.
So
No, they have a thing on, I'm from New York. They have a place on 125th Street.
Yep.
Yeah. all the
Been
way
there.
up, like the east side. Or basically the west side.
and just so you know how,
Because
like
it gets
Theater
narrow
Row.
there.
just so you know how truly racist they are. When Hubbard, who started Scientology, ran it for 30 years, there were 5 Black people in Scientology, in all of Scientology. I knew them all.
No.
And I used to sell jewelry out all around town. And I
Uh-huh.
said, these are great people.
Right. 5 Black people out of how many in total was like the others?
There's still not that many. He says there's 8 billion. There's really probably, I'd say 20,000 active.
wow.
at the
20,000 active
moment.
Scientologists.
If that, if
That's
that,
including Tom Cruise.
yeah,
Including Tom
He
Who
was like a
everyone
big
knows.
Scientologist.
yeah,
You know, who, him, Travolta?
yeah.
Yeah,
But they've lost a lot of big celebrities. They have.
right.
And
Yeah.
attorneys. They get people that they hire to be their attorney work, and they find out how dirty they are, and they
Right.
quit.
Yeah, no, I saw the documentary. Who was the guy that was running it?
Going clear.
Oh, David Miscavige.
David
Yes,
Miscavige.
Running
that's one.
Scientology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work for him.
Yeah. And he was, I mean, in the documentary, he was like
Yeah.
shady.
Yeah, no, he's
Seriously.
Yeah.
He's serious.
Wait, he's like friends with him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they're
Why are you talking about him? Like
Yeah.
No, he
Oh,
was
that's his
agreeing.
here.
No, he was agreeing. He was saying, "You're right."
Yeah.
Justin, come on.
So
Oh, yeah.
cute.
Well,
Well,
some goodies coming to you.
very nice to meet you.
Yeah,
both.
nice to meet you guys too. Have a good night.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Have a
Hey,
good
take
night.
care.
Bye-bye, Weston. You keep doing you.
Yeah,
So cute.
there you go. And there they go.
We're educating the masses. That's right.
I'm gonna have to check that restaurant out.
I'm glad that they're going to be removing the flower pots. This is a
I know. Hey guys, so
win.
here, there it is, right down. You can see at the end of the street those orange lights.
Yeah.
That's the Found Oyster, which apparently has really good food. I think we should go eat there one day before we
Sure.
return from the.
Sure.
Let's check it out. Well, I think Weston's kind of ready.
I don't think you can bring Weston in though. But it looks like
No,
they
but
have
you know,
inside, right?
I'll leave him at home then.
And don't they have outside?
Yeah, if they have a patio, they'll be fine with.
Yeah. Well, you look like you're anxious. You want to go?
Me anxious? No, I'm trying to catch up with my chat. Yeah, we'll leave soon unless anybody. We should probably ask for final question.
Okay. Is there a final question? What's
Yeah,
our final?
like this person, this comment, this person YRB said Scientology's use of the police to stop the streamers is a First Amendment issue. Citizens have the right to photograph and film in public. Citizens have the right to protest. Yeah, it's totally right. Like this conversation that we had with these guys, they could have asked me, "Well, we don't want to be on camera," and I would have respected it. But there's an assumption of that you don't have privacy in public. There is an assumption that when you went in public, if you're photographed, you can't say, you can't sue them for that. You could ask, don't put me on camera if they're nice people they want, if they would have asked. But this is completely legal. We're in a public place. We're talking about issues that need to be spoken about.
Right.
And the amazing thing is that I'm like, this is how stupid Scientology is. Okay, they could shut us down because we have tried. Oh, I shouldn't say it. I'm not going to say.
Don't ever feed them any.
Yeah, no, I'm
information.
not going to say it.
We could shut them down if.
Yeah, no, but they actually, I don't know what the laws are in the regulations are in LA. So I'm just going to take it back. Oh, here we have some more lovely people. Weston, I know they're. God, he just like
He's out for him.
he finds the pretty girls. I'm telling you, my dog is just like, he's a hound dog. He's a hunter,
He's a hound dog.
but
Hi,
hey guys,
Hi.
Don't ever
my
join
dog is specially
Scientology.
trained to find beautiful women, and he's just spotted you guys. So,
Thank you. Good evening.
okay, that was my big pickup line. It just didn't work.
Didn't work at all.
Just kidding. What kind of dog does Dave have? Jack Russell Terrier? Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed to say it. Dave had beagles. I have a beagle. That is such a random coincidence. There's nothing. The fact that I have a beagle, plus he's like not. He's a lemon beagle and he's part pocket beagle, so he's not like a real purebred show beagle. He's a lemon beagle, means he doesn't have any black. He just has brown, tan, and white. Dave had, because L. Ron Hubbard had beagles, so Dave had to have beagles. He had like 5 beagles.
Ah,
And one of them, the main beagle, I can't remember his name, but he had a captain's sweater,
oh,
meaning
God.
with 4 bars on it. And if this beagle barked at you, it meant you were out ethics.
Oh, I heard that.
I saw it happen. It's a true story. And these dogs were so mean. There's a saying about mean dogs have mean dog owners, and this is a fact.
Yeah.
And the Miscavige's beagles were the meanest dogs I have ever met. When I lived in the G's, in the little cottages, we lived next to a rose garden. It was a beautiful rose garden. It was all fenced in. You could go in there, you could walk, you could relax, do whatever you're going to do. And they used to let his dogs run loose in there.
Right.
So it was their territory. I went in there one morning. I don't remember why. I was just wanted to walk in the rose garden, and they attacked me. I ran for my life, and literally one of them bit me in the ass and tore a pair of $200 jeans. And you know,
Sorry to laugh, but oh,
I didn't get sent to ethics, but if I mentioned to people like those goddamn dogs, then you know they attacked me, they'd laugh and go,
well, it is kind of funny to hear
yeah,
the
but
beagles. You just don't. I mean, I don't personally think of beagles attacking.
I've
them.
never seen a vicious beagle
I know.
ever.
I know. So
Yeah, like
that's-
beagle, like Snoopy is a beagle, like.
I know.
But if you're David Miscavige's beagle, you're a killer dog.
Wow.
Like it's insane. You know, just mean owners. You know, I hear most pit bulls are really nice. And then you get one with somebody who just thinks it's a weapon. They
Yeah.
become a weapon. Yeah, so I saw Dave's beagle, I forget the name, wearing this captain's uniform. Oh my God. So sad. So, but
Okay,
he left those.
So
he's a-
here's my final question.
Sure.
What's your most outrageous memory that you have from gold
that has to do with Miscavige or just in general?
in general?
Well, in general would be the one time I almost was killed by another
With
staff
what?
member. Not murdered, but killed. Okay, it's kind of hard to explain, but in the studio, there is a grid, right? Like all studios have like scaffolding or grid in it. And Gold had a very advanced grid. It was actually it was a little grid. It was like, it had holes in it, like it was steel. You could walk it there and you could look down. It was really scary. A lot of people couldn't handle it because it had room to go. But the thing about that made it such a good design, they didn't invent it. It was, I think Universal Studios invented it. You could drop lines anywhere. You could drop a rope
Right.
anywhere because it was an open grid that you walked
Right.
on. Chill, dog. And the staff were forbidden from carrying certain tools up there, like screwdrivers, any tool that could slip through the grid and fall because it could kill you. Right. So, and then if you had to take a tool up there, it had to be tethered to your body
Right.
with a safety cord.
Well, that
right?
makes sense.
Yeah, and so there's a guy who happened to be a props guy, one of the guys that I tried to get fired for years and years and years because he was incompetent. But it's really hard to get people fired in the Sea Org, even if they're incompetent, like even switch to another job. So they have to do something anyway. So this guy, I think it's called a pike. It's about 6 feet long. It looks like a crowbar, it's the size of a crowbar, but it's straight, it's 6 feet long, and then the front of it is a sharp point. And I'm sitting there in my chair waiting just while the guys are setting up a shot, and the pike falls and it lands a few feet away from me.
Wow.
Straight, and it puts like a 6-inch divot in the cement.
Wow.
Like what he was doing up. I mean, they took the guy immediately. You know what happened. They just immediately, a crowd of people grabbed the guy, dragged him out of the studio. He wasn't allowed back in the studio for months. I was trying to say, no, that guy's never allowed back in the studio.
Yeah.
Because he almost killed somebody, and that
Yeah.
somebody was me. Right?
Wow.
But I had nightmares about that for months, about that pipe that's coming down. Because it would have gone straight through my body. I would have been pinned to the floor like a freaking butterfly.
Oh.
Right. So that was really weird. The weirdest thing that ever happened with Miscavige that comes to my mind was I was in a meeting with him and his girlfriend Lou. And then on the other side of the table was me and this writer who was also a public guy that I was with. And this was years after the Lisa McPherson, the tragedy. And all of a sudden, at the end of the meeting's over, and Miscavige is chit-chatting, and he pulls out a folder and he starts talking about the Lisa McPherson trial. And I'm like, why is he talking about this? I don't want to talk about this. He opens up the folder and there's like nude pictures of her dead body, like autopsy pictures, which, I think you could probably find them on the internet, but he's like showing them and he's saying that the coroner, they said that she was dehydrated, right? And in the photo, she looks kind of bloated.
Right.
And he's saying, look at her. Does she look dehydrated? She's thunder-thawing. So he's literally body shaming
God,
this
right.
poor deceased woman
Right.
for no reason. He's
Right.
like defending himself in front of me. And I'm like, I thought that whole thing was done and over with. Why has he still got these pictures? Why is he still talking about this?
Right.
It was the most sickest thing in the world. Like even in death, this woman was being ridiculed by him.
That's
So
so
that kind of really stuck with me
yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
So I guess we're going to look for final questions. Thanks for your work, Tory and Mitch. I better get some sleep. Yeah, we need to get some sleep too. We're going to say goodbye from me and Tory and Weston. Hey, Weston.
Good night, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on here. Thank you for being patient with us because this is a little bit for us. Weston, we're going.
Gonna go. Just chill. Yeah, sorry.
All right.
We'll do better, guys. This is gonna
We'll
be
do
great.
better the next time.
Good night. Thanks
night.
for coming.
All right. Thanks for coming. Woo, woo. All right. You want to be on the show. All right. Let me get you on here.
Views. Oh, I have
Come here.
78 views.
Here you go. Here you go, Weston. Weston. Come back.
The average view duration was 5 minutes.
Here you go. Weston. Oh, I got him. Much better than Scientology.
Okay.
Good night. All right.
We're going. Come on, guys.
All right. We're out of here.